I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-357-6499. 800-357-6499. 800-357-6499.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The success you've had in life matters. The late nights, the extra shifts, the moments you've stood up and said, I've got this. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we value your achievements because we're a school for real life. With UMGC, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer scholarships, affordable tuition, and online and hybrid classes, all with the support you need from your first day to graduation day and beyond. As an accredited state university, we've been transforming lives for over 75 years. Choose from more than 135 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, and get ready to succeed again. University of Maryland Global Campus keeps your educational goals attainable with no-cost digital materials, replacing textbooks in most courses, affordable tuition, and over $15 million in scholarship opportunities available each year. Find out if you qualify. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
It's time to ride during the Gossett Mitsubishi Motors Summer Sales Event. Check out 43 MPG Highway in a new 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage. $17,935 or $249 a month. Need extra room for your vacation? Let Gossett make it happen with 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander. $30,490 or $449 per month. And go for miles and miles with 420 total range in 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV. $599 a month. Plus peace of mind with Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, and 24/7 at MemphisMitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Military rebate, 500 royalty rebate. Mirage Outlander 84 months. Mirage RHO 10934. MSRP 18435. Outlander RZO 55981. MSRP 31490. PHEV RZO 35245. MSRP 48065. Includes 1095 acquisition fee. Sale price includes all rebates and incentives. Excludes processing fee of $695. Lease terms includes processing fee of $695. 15 cents per mile excess wear and tear. With approved credit, see dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
It's time to get up and get your day started.
Morant. Oh! A jawbreaker!
It's Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. The first hour of Sports 56 Mornings is brought to you by the Big Green Egg. Now, here are your hosts, Greg and Eli.
Happy Friday, everybody. We've made it through another week, or almost have made it through another week. Friday is upon us, and it's going to be another hot and humid day here in the Mid-South. But what can you expect in late June in Memphis? Good to have you with us. Welcome in to Sports 56 Mornings on this Friday, June the 28th, 2024. As I look at my trusty weather app, it's 75 degrees, it says, but already with a heat index of 85 degrees at 7 o'clock in the morning. So yes, indeed, it's a humid one. Temperature is expected to get up into the low 90s with that humidity today. Mostly sunny. There will be some clouds out there to maybe give you a little bit of a break. Then tomorrow, much of the same. Almost a carbon copy of today, but a little bit hotter expected tomorrow with temperatures getting into the mid-90s. And then on Sunday, looks like we'll have a chance of rain, possibly some thunderstorms coming through on Sunday on the final day of June. Next time, we'll be with you on Monday, we will be into the month of July. The year will be half over. We will have 6 months behind us and 6 months ahead of us when we get here on Monday morning. I am Eli Savoy. No Greg Gaston today. Zach Boyd is here as well. And, of course, coming up on today's program, we'll be talking about day number 2, round number 2 of the NBA draft, which was completed yesterday afternoon. Grizzlies making a couple of selections. And, of course, a lot of eyes were on the whole Bronny James situation. Team USA was on the old soccer pitch yesterday, and it did not go well. A dumb mistake early, and then they take an L, and a costly one as well, in the Copa America. And now they're in trouble, in real trouble, and the head coach could be in real trouble. The NFL took a loss yesterday, too. It was in court. They took a big loss. Now, we'll see what happens going forward. There will be appeals and other things, but boy, oh boy. The NFL right now on the hook for a whole bunch of money. We're used to the NCAA losing in court. The NFL took a big L in court yesterday. We'll get into that. Introductions around town today with the new AD over at the University of Memphis, the draft picks for the Memphis Grizzlies. Some college football news as well. Picked up my Phil Steele magazine yesterday. Haven't had a chance to really dive into it yet, but did do a little perusing just to kind of see some of the things about University of Memphis and others. As far as guests are concerned, no John Varlas today. John is off this week. It's the dead period in high school sports. This is the amazing thing in the high school sports world now. They actually have to institute a dead period in the summer for 2 weeks because these kids now are practicing basically year-round and working out, everything else. Well, this time of year, there's a 2-week period where they can't, not allowed to do that stuff. So John Varlas, who's, of course, Mr. Preps, he also takes a break. He'll be back with us next Friday, but he is off this Friday, enjoying a little vacation of his own. So he will not be with us. At 8:05, our good buddy Jerry Palm will join us. And Jerry, of course, joins us during the college football and basketball seasons every single year. It has been for many years. I don't know of many people who have watched more of Zach Edey than Jerry Palm. As you probably know, Jerry is a Purdue alum, huge Purdue fan, watches probably just about every Purdue game, goes to Purdue games. So I don't know that there's anybody who has seen more of Zach Edey than Jerry Palm, so we'll get Jerry's thoughts on the Grizzlies' first-round draft pick, Zach Edey. And then at 9:05, Kari Thompson will join us from Boston. Kari, who used to be here covering high school sports, now covers the world champion Celtics. Celtics probably have the easiest offseason of any team because they don't really need to do a whole lot. They got guys locked up. They get basically just run it back with a championship team. But we'll kind of check in with Kari and see what the plans are for the Boston Celtics this offseason. Then that'll be at 9:05. And then also in our final hour today, we will have 10 in a row brought to you by the Owner's Box and Napa Cafe. Give you a chance to win a great prize package with 10 in a row coming up in our final hour. Zach Boyd, how you doing? Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday, man.
What did you think of, okay, now that it's complete, yesterday you said you didn't know if you liked it. Now that it's all complete, you got to see it yesterday, what do you think of the 2-day NBA draft?
I still don't like it.
Why do you want to have an 8-hour marathon in one night?
I just don't see the point of it. Because first of all, it's a 3 p.m. start.
Okay. Now, my assumption is, and maybe I'm wrong on this, but my assumption is that next year, if they do stay with the 2-day, which I'm assuming they are, it will be a night. The second one will also be at night. My thought is the only reason they did it at 3 o'clock yesterday was because of the presidential debate. Which, goodness gracious, I wish there would have been a draft. I wish they had started the draft at the exact same time so I could have something else to watch. But that's my guess. So I'm assuming that if they do this again next year, day 2 will be at like 6 o'clock, just like or something like that. It'll be a nighttime deal like day one, but I don't know that. That's just my guess that the only reason they did it at 3 o'clock is because it happened to fall on the day of the presidential debate. But that's just purely a guess on my part. So anyway, so if you take away the 3 o'clock deal, what are your other problems with this?
I don't like the fact that they're making these guys come up and sit in a second green room in a ESPN studio. You know,
that is a little weird. It was a little uncomfortable. I didn't think there'd be anybody there. Honestly, I thought the ones, and like Kyle Filipowski wasn't. But again, that is the one. Certainly, the drawback of this is that if you are one of the guys who is invited, especially if you're one of the invited guys, and you get there and you're not drafted in the first round, then you're like, okay, well, I'll just go home and then see what happens tomorrow. Now, a lot of these guys, there are guys who go that aren't invited; they just go do it, and and some of those guys there certainly yesterday. I think pretty much everybody there yesterday was not an invited green room guy. He was a guy that just wanted to go. But yeah, doing it in the ESPN studio lacks a little of the fanfare when it's just you and your family and like 4 other guys and their family as you go up there and get the hat, and there's no Adam Silver. It's just that one's a little bit weird. But again, they don't have to go. Like, just don't. If you're not if you don't want to do that, then just don't go to the draft. You don't have to be there.
You don't. But it's just the fact that was an option. It was like, hey, you can stay at home and be around your family and friends, or we can have you in a green room on ESPN where everybody gets a chance to see you and your family, your limited family that you could bring.
If you were a draft prospect and you think you're probably even going to be the NBA invites you to the green room. You're a green room invitee. Are you going, or would you rather do it at home like Zach Edey did and just spend your time with a big group rather than a few people that you could have at your table in the green room? Which way you going?
I think I would go, and I would bring like my family, not like everybody that's connected to me, but just my immediate family. I mean, if I could get my grandmothers on the plane, I would, I think but I would have accepted the green room invite.
See, I think I'd rather do it at home because hard to narrow it. Because I think you're allowed 6 people at the table, 8 people at the table. How many people at the table? I don't remember what that was. I think it's maybe 8 people at your table.
Oh, that's perfect.
See, like I can't. I don't like that's tough to narrow that down.
That's perfect. That's my family plus my agent. Like, that's all I need. That's it, man.
See, I got a big family. I'd be eliminating people. I guess, sorry, you can't go. You're out. I think I'd rather just do it at home. But I don't know. That's. So the green room, yes, green room uncomfortable. But the good thing, I think it's good on a couple of fronts. One, I think it's good for the teams to have time to kind of reset. Okay, now this is what happened in our first round. This is where we stand. Now let's set up a second round strategy. And we did see a lot of trades. And there's always trades in the second round because some teams don't even care about picks, whatever. But we immediately started having these trades flying off right away, and that might be because they had more time. But I like the idea of resetting. And I think, and a couple of people made this point, with more time in between picks, because they did the 4 minutes rather than just the 2 minutes that they used to do, and the fact that we'd already been through the first round and digested all that, like you get to learn more about the guys who are selected in the second round. Because when there are 2 minutes between picks and they're still talking about first round picks and everything else, like these second round picks, like they'll take a commercial break. When in the old form, they take a commercial break, they'll come back and there'll be 3 guys that have been selected, and you're like, okay, what just happened? This one, you kind of get to digest and learn a little bit about the second round picks as well. So I think that's a good thing.
No, I don't need them to have time. Because the whole point of a fast paced and second round is like we've already burned through the same commercials in the first round. We had these 3 to 5 minute breaks in the first round, just stretching on out. Second round is like, all right, come on, let's get through it. Let's go. Like we're towards the end. Like I don't need GMs just to go to sleep, like in between drafts and be like, like the prospect that I don't like him anymore. Like no, I need you to make a decision, trust your war room, make a decision, and keep it moving. Like we could do this in one day. I just don't understand why we got to break this up into 2.
So we get to learn about Kyle Filipowski's family issues if we draw this thing out.
Goodness. I learned about that on Twitter.
Dude, that's bizarre. Like, I had no idea. I'm not sure anybody did. If you've not heard that, part of the reason people believe, I guess, that Kyle Filipowski slipped is he's got his brother and his mom are on Twitter. He is, I guess, estranged from his family because of his girlfriend, who's 8 years older?
What, because he's 18, 19?
Yeah, I think she's 8 years older is what they said.
Yeah.
That he started dating this girl in high school, and they say she's been grooming him for the Mormon religion. And so he is estranged from his family. And then he ends up in Utah, which is just amazing that Utah is the one that selects him and then while this is all coming out and this is the Mormon religion and she's trying to steer him into the Mormon religion and away from his family, and hey, the Utah Jazz select Kyle Filipowski.
Of all the teams.
What?
Of all the teams. Somebody made the call. He's like, yo, you got to get Filipowski here.
Last thing I had on my NBA draft bingo card was a player who's being groomed for the Mormon religion by this girl who's 8 years older than him. That was his high school. He was in high school, started dating her when she was however old at that point. Whoa, what? And then the Utah Jazz selecting said player.
She went to prom with him, too.
Did you see the one other thing that somebody posted 2 different things off of social media that somebody said she could be his cousin?
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
yeah. I said that's when I tapped out. I said now I can't even this story has gotten way too weird for me now that we're throwing in because one of the pictures was her and her cousins, and then
he was there.
Yeah, I don't. That's mind-blowing stuff there. I can't get involved in that. That's a world that I don't know.
You know what the crazy part about it? Because when they showed him on draft night after day 1 and he's getting up from the green room, he's walking out, I was like, oh, okay. Wow, he's so sad. I'm like, look at him. It's like, well, at least he got him a nice girlfriend, but we got to take that back now because we don't know what's going on with them.
Oh, goodness gracious. What a weird story. That is bizarre. And again, as soon as I saw the cousin thing, I said, I'm done. I am not going down any more Kyle Filipowski rabbit holes at this point. I'm done with figuring out Kyle Filipowski.
Too bad Alabama don't have an NBA team, man. I think that would have been a power struggle between the Jazz and whatever team that you want to place in Alabama.
Pelicans G League team is in Birmingham.
Oh,
there you go. So the Grizzlies, after getting their big man and Zach Edey in round 1, obviously we knew shooting was the other thing that they could use. And so yesterday they took their swings with a couple of shooters. With the 39th pick, they take Jalen Wells out of Washington State. Only played 1 year only played 1 year of Division I basketball. He was at a Division II school, Sonoma State. Before that, goes to Washington State for 1 year, averages 12.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, but most importantly, shoots 41% from three-point range. He's 6'7", 6'8", so he provides that big wing with some athleticism. He's not a great athlete by any means, but some athleticism. But he can shoot. Made 73 pointers, shooting 41% from three-point range in his 1 year of Division I basketball at Washington State. Then, at the end of the round, they trade up from 57 to 53, and they get their UConn player. So maybe this whole time, when all this reporting was going on about them wanting Donovan Clingan, maybe people were just mistaken. They didn't understand. It was actually Cam Spencer was the UConn guy they were trying to trade up for, and by golly, they traded up for him and got him at 53. Cam Spencer, who spent 1 year at UConn, that was last year, on their championship team. He spent 3 years at Loyola of Maryland, where he was a teammate of Santi Aldama at Loyola of Maryland. Then spent 1 year at Rutgers, then 1 year at UConn. Last year started every game for UConn, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and shot 44% from three-point range. Made 99 of them. He was a 41% shooter for his career in college from three-point range. So they go get 2 shooters. And obviously when you're talking second-round picks, wild cards, who knows? Who knows what could happen? My guess is right now, if everything stayed as it is, Wells, because he's the 39th pick, would get an actual roster spot, and Cam Spencer would probably get a 2-way contract as the 53rd pick. That would be my guess. If you take a look at the Grizzlies roster as it currently stands, you've got, of course, Ja Morant. I kind of go by position. Ja Morant, Derrick Rose, Marcus Smart, Desmond Bane, G.G. Jackson, Vince Williams, John Conchar, Jake LaRavia, Zaire Williams, Santi Aldama, Jaren Jackson Jr., Brandon Clark, Zach Edey. You got Luke Kennard with the team option, which they have to make the decision on that tomorrow. Tomorrow is the deadline. Again, I would assume they'll pick it up. Although I did see something that, and we've kind of talked about that, and I guess it does make some sense if they do want to keep him, but maybe save money, that they deny the player option and then try and sign him to a longer contract with less money per year. So that would make sense. I'm guessing they're going to pick up the option. That's my guess, but again, it could go the other way. But I think right now the thought is that Luke Kennard will still be some way a part of the team unless they end up trading him, but it's still taking a roster spot. And then, of course, so that leaves you 2 roster spots. You've got the Utah roster spot and the, what's the other guy's name? Lamar Stevens. Those 2 roster spots are what you have available. Obviously, Zach Edey takes one of them. So I would leave only one, again, for either Jalen Wells or Cam Spencer. Again, the fact that Wells was the 39th pick, I would assume if you're going to give one of those guys a regular NBA deal, it's going to be him.
Right.
Cam Spencer then probably takes Jordan Goodwin's 2-way spot. And then your 2-way players are Trey Jemison, Scottie Pippen Jr., and Cam Spencer. Would you agree with that's kind of the setup right now? Obviously, trades and everything else will change it, but right now that's the kind of the way the lay of the land with the roster.
Yeah, and as of right now, I agree. But Cam Spencer could play his way onto this roster, though. If
oh no, yeah, I mean, like it could happen. But if you're just looking at it right now, you would say he's more likely destined for the 2-way spot because they don't have another roster spot. It would only be one between him and Wells. And I'm just guessing if you draft one at 39 and one at 53, you like the guy from 39 better. And again, he's 6'8". He provides something. Cam Spencer's like 6'3". Do you need another 6'3" guard? Right now? No. Now, again, as the roster evolves, changes, and trades might be made, something like that, you might create a roster spot for him, whatever. But that would be the most likely scenario as far as that is concerned. But again, I like what they did. You got your big. Now go find shooters. Take swings with shooters. And some people had Wells, in the top 30. Some people, as far as just prospects go, had him as a top 30 guy. And again, when you're talking a 6'7", 6'8" guy who shot 41% from three-point range. Not a bad option to take a swing with him. I will say this, and I said this on Twitter yesterday. The fact that Adem Bona got to 39, actually went past 39, ended up being, 41? I'd have really liked the Dalton Connect Adem Bona combination. Because Bona's athletic and big. I like that dude. I think that dude could play in the NBA. Long, athletic.
From UCLA?
Yeah, big.
Yeah.
If you would have told me that he was going to be at 39, then I definitely would have loved Dalton Connect at the number 9 pick. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
That's all past. Can't worry about that.
No.
So that's where the Grizzlies stand now. The next week, well, a little over a week, is when we get into free agency. Sunday, so again, tomorrow is the deadline for the team option on Kennard, all that stuff. Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Time, teams can begin negotiating with free agents. That's everybody. That's the negotiation. Can't sign them, but you can negotiate with them. And we're going to get a bunch of contracts agreed. Sunday night is going to be the just massive thing of this has been agreed to, that's been agreed to. He's going here, he's going there. It's going to be a Sunday night craziness. Hopefully Shams and company don't get their Twitter locked up again. That was bizarre. These guys are all getting their Twitters locked yesterday because of suspicious activity. Adam Silver said, y'all ain't going to spoil these picks anymore. I'll get Elon Musk to lock your damn account up for you.
Somebody said that Woj called the the black SUVs on Shams.
Woj never got his lock, did he?
No.
Something's fishy going on there. Like Shams got his lock, the dude from Yahoo got his lock. They're getting all locked, and Woj is not locked at all.
Well, at the same time, Woj is barely tweeting because he's too busy trying to figure out who's
he's actually
going
on the air. So Sunday, the free agency negotiations begin. The deals can be agreed to July 6th. So a week from tomorrow is when the contracts can actually be signed. Trades can be official, all that stuff. But starting on Monday, restricted free agents can sign offer sheets. Minimum contracts can be signed starting Monday. So if you see something on Monday, like somebody's actually signed a contract, like, well, I thought they couldn't sign. That's a minimum contract. If you're signing a 1 or 2 year minimum deal, you can sign that on Monday. If you're signing anything bigger than that, you have to wait to actually sign it on Saturday. I don't understand why. Doesn't make any sense. None of this makes sense, nonetheless. Also, two-way deals can be signed starting on Monday. And we saw a lot of them agreed to yesterday, including David Jones, who got the two-way deal apparently, reportedly, with the Philadelphia 76ers. So he can start signing. He could actually sign that coming up on Monday. So that's kind of the timeline way it works. And again, it's not like the Grizzlies are going to be big in free agency because they don't have a roster spot. So it's not like Sunday night we're waiting on. They don't have money and they don't have a roster spot right now. Now, again, trades can be agreed to, can't become official. And that's why, like today, the Grizzlies are introducing Zach Edey and Jalen Wells. FedEx Forum, 5 o'clock. It's not open to the public, although you can watch it on their YouTube channel, the Grizzlies app, all that stuff. But people are like, why aren't they introducing Cam Spencer? Well, because Cam Spencer's not officially theirs. Again, dumb. Doesn't make any sense. But because they traded for that pick, Cam Spencer technically is not a Grizzly yet.
Yeah.
Until that trade can become official, then he'll become a Grizzly, and then that's it.
Which, by the way, like the Mavericks and the Knicks agreed to their second round. Like the Mavericks came out with their PR, their press saying like, yeah, we agreed to these terms of these draft picks.
Agreed to terms with the draft picks?
Well, I forgot what they said, but it was something similar of like they traded draft picks, and now they're saying this on their main account that hey, like these are the guys that we traded for. Like I don't think you can do that.
I don't know what the rules are of what you can actually announce and say. I have no idea. Because the Grizzlies did not put anything out about Cam Spencer, but they also didn't put out a release about the other guy that they actually, and I use air quotes here, drafted. Again, the way they do it is so dumb. I mean, you had Juan Nunez yesterday drafted. He's up there. They're interviewing him, and what was it? Who was doing the interviews? I remember who was doing the interviews.
Cassidy Hubbard.
Cassidy Hubbard. Ask him, how can you impact winning in Indiana? Well, he's not going to impact anything in Indiana because he's playing for San Antonio. But, and it's not her fault. It's just the whole thing. He's wearing a Pacers hat. He was just drafted by the Pacers, but he was actually that's been traded to San Antonio. So there has to be a way to make it easier and actually let everybody know this is who he's actually going to be playing for and let him answer questions about the team he's going to be playing for. Nonetheless, we'll get into some other notes from round 2 yesterday, including the whole Bronny James situation, which is just some of the stuff yesterday they were saying is just craziness. We'll get into that. We got plenty more to get to as we're just getting rolling on this Friday, this side of our program. Of course, brought to you by the Big Green Egg. Fired up my Big Green Egg last night. Cooked me some wings after the draft wrapped up while I was watching a little soccer. They were absolutely delicious. They always are off the Big Green Egg. Everything's delicious off the Big Green Egg. Best grill there is, last grill you'll ever have to buy. That is the Big Green Egg. Go to biggreenegg.com. Or maybe this weekend, get on over to one of the Ace hardware stores around town or Hamilton Fireplace. See the Big Green Egg in person. The different sizes, all the accessories, everything you need. They bring you hour number 1 of our program as we're live in the Family Leisure Studios here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Add a little fun to your lunch break. Join Johnny Radio for Sports 56 Happy Hour from 11 to 1 every weekday on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. In these uncertain economic times, there are so many things as a contractor and a business owner that I cannot control. The rising cost of materials, not to mention fuel and transportation costs. In the last 2 years, shingle prices have almost doubled, and commercial materials have doubled. And I don't have to tell you what fuel costs these days. But you know what I can control? How much markup I put on a project. I have always prided myself in knowing I never gouge a customer. But in an effort to ensure my crews have work and my customers are being treated fairly, I have lowered my profit margin, hoping to give you a price you can live with and keeping my crews busy. So if you need a roof or gutters, please give us a call. Five Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. Five Ash Roofing, a proud sponsor of Tiger Athletics and a member of the Tigers home team. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
You or someone you know or care about has dealt with a difficult divorce. When facing divorce, you need the attorneys at Rice Law. Nick and Larry Rice lead the firm with 3 generations and 7 decades of experience. Located in Memphis, serving the entire state of Tennessee and North Mississippi. Rice Law is who you need to call. Simple or difficult divorce, they know how to handle it. Call Rice Law at 901-526-6701, or for more information, visit them at aboutdivorce.com. That's aboutdivorce.com.
It's time to ride during the Gossett Mitsubishi Motors Summer Sales Event. Check out 43 MPG Highway in a new 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage. $17,935 or $249 a month. Need extra room for your vacation? Let Gossett make it happen with 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander. $30,490 or $449 per month. And go for miles and miles with 420 total range in 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV. $599 a month. Plus peace of mind with Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, and 24/7 at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Military rebate, 500 royalty rebate. Mirage Outlander 84 months. Mirage RHO 10934. MSRP 18435. Outlander RZO 55981. MSRP 31490. PHEV RZO 35245. MSRP 48065. Includes 1095 acquisition fee. Sale price includes all rebates and incentives. Excludes processing fee of $695. Lease terms includes processing fee of $695. 15 cents per mile excess wear and tear. With approved credit, see dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
This 4th of July, celebrate freedom with your favorite barbecue store, Memphis Barbecue Supply. Whether you're a grilling novice or a seasoned pit master, Memphis Barbecue Supply has everything you need to make this Independence Day unforgettable. From a wide selection of premium chip, chunk, mini logs, pellets, and logs of wood, and over 378 different rubs, sauces, injections, and glazes to choose from. Here at Memphis Barbecue Supply, we have everything but the meat. You can stop by anytime. We're open 7 days a week for your convenience. Our knowledgeable, award-winning pitmasters on staff are more than happy to assist you with any questions you have for your next cook. Memphis Barbecue Supply is located at 7041 Stage Road in Memphis. Or you can order online at mbbqsupply.com. Follow us on all the social media platforms for recipes, new products, and barbecue news.
I have the perfect place for all you round ballers out there. If you want to improve your game, you want to become a better shooter, Shoot 360 Memphis is the place for you. They've been around now for a while in Collierville, and they are about to open up their new store in Cordova. You can become a member at either one or both locations, and now they're transitioning to monthly memberships. From preps to pros, this is about as cool a place as you'll ever see. If you are a basketball player looking to perfect your shot, challenge yourself, compete with others, and really learn the proper ways to shoot the basketball using modern analytics. What they do is a revolutionary training facility that combines cutting-edge technology with expert coaching to improve shooting skills. The facility is equipped with advanced shooting machines that provide real-time feedback on shooting accuracy, and most importantly, arc in depth. Players can track their progress and analyze their performance. Again, currently in Collierville and coming soon to Cordova. So take advantage of it right now with the new transition to monthly memberships. Call them, 901-316-5500. Set up a tour of the facility or go online to register and sign up at Shoot 360 Memphis. It's where the preps and the pros go to get their shot on. Shoot 360 Memphis.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good morning. Traffic's picking up even more. 40 east across that Hernando de Soto Bridge coming over from West Memphis. Looks good right now. I-40 over here at the 101 connector as you come past Watkins as it starts to move around a little bit more down certain sections of 385 Billmore Parkway coming inbound towards 240. Weimer's Jewelry right here in Memphis specializes in bridal ring purchases they have since 1984. Shop local, save a lot of money this weekend at Weimer's Jewelry. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
.34 the time here in the Family Leisure Studios where family and fun come together. That is Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road. Great weekend to have a pool, that's for sure. Today going to be hot again, hot and humid today and tomorrow. Sunday, more of the same, although Sunday there's a good chance for some rain. It's possibly some thunderstorms as well. NBA draft wrapped up yesterday with round number 2. Again, the Grizzlies getting Jalen Wells of Washington State and Cam Spencer from UConn. Two shooters, two that shot over 40% from three-point range last year. In college basketball, they are the two draft picks in the second round to go with Zach Edey, the first rounder. And again, later today, Wells and Edey will be introduced with a press conference at 5 o'clock down at FedEx Forum. Public is not invited to the actual press conference, but you can watch on the Grizzlies YouTube channel, the Grizzlies app, Bally Sports app. You can find it out there somewhere if you'd like to watch that press conference. Of course, the big story of round number 2 was the Bronny James situation. And where would he go? We had early in the second round yesterday, Bob Myers on ESPN say that Rich Paul was telling teams that if they drafted Bronny, he would go play in Australia, which is just funny. And people are like, well, so what? Who cares? Like, what's you can still draft him if you want to draft him. But again, this is Rich Paul wields a lot of power because he doesn't just have LeBron and Bronny. He has other players as well. Like when you're one of these big time agents, you have power because when that team wants to sign one of your other players, you don't want to have that. You don't want to be on that guy's bad side. I mean, I don't know who was possibly thinking about drafting Bronny James anyway. I can't imagine there were many. Then they had the conversation about nepotism. And I agree. Woj talked about it, like the nepotism is all over the NBA, like from the front offices to the ownership level to whatever. Like it's a part of the NBA. And I agree. Like, who cares? And Stephen A. Smith talked about, like, what's the big deal with LeBron wielding some power? And I don't have a problem with that either. Like, if LeBron has done enough and everything else, like, if he wants to wield power to have this where he gets to play with his son, I am completely fine with that. I don't care. I think he's earned that. Because like they said, like he's kind of earned it with what he's done for 20 years in the NBA. So I'm okay with that. That's fine. But then they just kept trying to, it was almost as if they were trying to convince themselves, but like also trying to convince us that like Bronny deserves to be drafted there. Listen, it's a great story that he comes back from the cardiac arrest. I mean, and kudos to him, all of that, and terrible situation, all of that he would have to go through that. But we're talking about a 6'1", 6'2" guard who averaged less than 5 points in college and shot 26% from three-point range. Let's not fool ourselves here. Like, he wouldn't have been drafted if he wasn't Bronny James. There's no way he's drafted. Like, he did nothing at the college level. Again, my only problem with this is, I think they're doing the kid a disservice. I think he should have, he should have stayed in college. But him coming into the NBA and apparently going to get an actual roster spot because they said he wouldn't accept a two-way deal, like, he's not ready for that. He's just not. So, but again, if LeBron wants to wield the power and get it done and play with his son, great, whatever, I don't care. It's just like listening to them go, hey, let's not discount his game. Discount his game, like, I mean, come on. It's not easy to be successful in the NBA at 6'2" to begin with. And if he hadn't had the cardiac arrest, maybe the 1 year of college goes better. I don't know. But he has proven to this point nothing whatsoever that he just belongs in any way, shape, or form in the NBA. Every single summer league game that he plays is going to be a spectacle. It's funny because Zach Edey, if it wasn't for Bronny, Zach Edey would be by far the most scrutinized guy at Summer League. But Bronny's going to take it to such another level. It's going to be crazy. But like Zach Edey, every single game of the Summer League, every move, every play is going to be broken down by everybody because there's such this fascination of can he work in the NBA or not. But Bronny, yeah, it's like first time Bronny scores 20 points in a Summer League game, they're going to be ready to pronounce him the greatest thing ever. And then he's the next LeBron. He's just like his dad. And then the next game he's going to go 1 for 12. And it's like, yeah, I told you he wasn't ready for the NBA. Like, it's just going to be every single game. We're going to have analysis of every shot Bronny took.
Oh, I've been expecting that.
And, LeBron's going to be in the stands. So that's going to be this. Like, it's just going to be. It's going to be stupid.
Now, I would say, like, hypothetically speaking, if Bronny didn't get drafted by the Lakers and the Lakers decided to pick him up, on a X10 type of contract, does he still guarantee the roster spot?
No, they won't accept. I mean, Rich Paul made it clear, like, he's not accepting anything other than an actual NBA contract. I guess if the Lakers had really pushed and said, we will only give him a two-way deal, I don't know what he would have said to the Lakers. I think the other thing was, the other thing he said was to keep other teams from drafting him. But again, who the hell wanted to draft him? I'd like to know any other team that really thought, hey, we might draft him. unless you're doing it to get LeBron, but I don't think anybody really thought that was going to happen.
No.
So, now, could the Lakers get away with giving him a two-way deal? Because I have to imagine he's spending most of the year with their G League team.
Yes.
Like, he'll get into a game, I'm assuming somewhere early in the year in a blowout, they're going to get him on the court, probably with LeBron, for this big moment. Everybody goes crazy. Hey, wow, look at this. Dad and son playing together. And then, okay, that's it. But then I would imagine he's going to be down in the G League for most of the season. It's where he belongs at best. And again, if you're trying to develop him, which he certainly needs to be developed, like I would think you'd want him playing with your G League team because he's not going to get minutes with your main team. You're trying to win. You ain't got time to be just throwing him out there. So I don't know. I mean, could the Lakers theoretically give him a two-way deal? I don't know. I guess that's the conversation LeBron and Rich Paul would have to have with Rob Pelinka. Yes, it's fine. Give him a two-way deal.
And then
because what does it matter? If he is going to spend most of the year with the G League team, what does it matter if he has a regular deal or a G League deal? I don't think he needs the money. I think he's going to be okay on money with his dad.
And then on top of that, like, you know, you expect this every year with this Laker team. Like, half their roster is going to get turned over. You know, all these players that, like you said, like you talking about Bronny getting all this extra pub. Like, anybody the Lakers sign, it's GOAT. Waiting to happen, Hall of Fame.
Well, it's just like, it's so nauseating. Listen to people try and convince you, like, that J.J. Redick really, like, he absolutely deserves this coaching job because he's got a great basketball mind, and they're trying to convince you that this is completely makes sense for him to get this job. And then they're trying to convince you that Bronny James deserves to be drafted, and this makes sense to draft him here. All of these things. Like, no, none of it makes sense. It's their prerogative if they want to do it, but it doesn't make sense. Like, this isn't logical stuff. For the Lakers, who think they're a championship contender, to hire a guy who's never coached before, that doesn't make sense. To draft Bronny James, who again averaged less than 5 points per game in college basketball and shot 26% from three-point range, that doesn't make sense. It's being done for one reason. One guy did a podcast with LeBron, and one guy's LeBron's son. And you're trying to make LeBron happy. So don't try and rationalize stuff that isn't rational. That's the part that makes me mad. Again, I don't care, whatever. If you want to use a roster spot on Bronny James, great. If you want J.J. Redick to be your coach, great. I don't care. Just don't try and rationalize it to me. We all know what it is. Still mad that Dalton Connect fell to them. It just really angers me that they had Dalton Connect fall right in their lap. That's the part that makes me mad about it. Don't have to be mad at Genesis Diamonds, but you're going to be mad if you miss out on the deal, if you take too long, because you only got a couple of days remaining through Sunday, the end of the month. That's your last opportunity to take advantage of 5 years, 0 interest financing at Genesis Diamonds. Anything in the store, pick any item, no money down. 5 years, 0 interest financing. So you go in there, see the price, divide that by 60, boom. That's what your payment's going to be per month. That's it. Very simple. If you're thinking about getting engaged, even if it's down the line, but you know you're getting engaged, great time to buy a ring right now and take advantage of that 0 interest financing for 5 years. Everything. Engagement rings, diamond, earrings, necklaces, pendants, gemstone jewelry, pre-owned Rolex watches, whatever it is. Everything in the store, 5 years, 0 interest financing available right now, Genesis Diamonds, but only through Sunday. Poplar and Perkins Extended, where you'll find them. This is on approved credit only. You can get more details at genesisdiamonds.com. Go by, check them out, see them, take advantage of this great deal. Genesis Diamonds, 5 years, 0 interest financing. Back to wrap up hour number 1 right here after this on Sports 56 Mornings, Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
June. It's wedding season.
It is.
Or as I like to call it, Free Central Barbecue Month.
Who's what?
Well, not that I don't enjoy weddings. I do, especially the ones that I can tell are going to be a disaster. But what I love about weddings is that so many people choose Central Barbecue to cater the food at the reception.
You root for marriages to fail?
Not exactly root. I just enjoy drama and free barbecue. I like to sit there and enjoy my plate of Central Barbecue with beans and slaw and wait for things to blow up.
At the reception.
Ideally, I won't be around to see it otherwise. Plus, free Central Barbecue.
They're taking care of beerness in Memphis right on the river with Grind City Brewing and all of their great products. Look, this was a dream come true for a father and son duo. And if you have not been to that brewery right on the river, just to the north of downtown, you're really missing something special. And now you can't miss their products. Wherever you go, you see a brand new label. It's clean, it's beautiful, it's distinctive. You'll know Grind City Brewing, and of course you know their products like Poppy's Pills, that great Pilsner, or Tiger Tail, that very creative craft malt liquor. There's the new Thaddeus Amber Lager. That is absolutely a great light beer. There's the India Pale called Godhopper. It's outstanding. And then there's the Belga, the Belgian-style wheat ale. They keep bringing hits at Grind City Brewing.
They say health is wealth, and I could not agree more. That's why if you or somebody in your life is living with everyday aches and pains, I want to tell you about Relief Factor. And I'm telling you, I can feel the difference. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that helps fight pain naturally. Naturally. Now that's a big deal. Developed by doctors. Relief Factor's unique formula of ingredients all work together to help support your body's response to inflammation. Instead of masking pain for a couple of hours, Relief Factor actually helps reduce or even eliminate your pain for good. Whether it's neck, back, joint, or muscle pain, if you're looking to feel better, live better, give Relief Factor a try. In 3 weeks, you will know if it's working because you'll feel it. For instance, I was sent Relief Factor to try, and I've been taking it every single day. I'll tell you what, I feel the difference every day. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Save on your first order. Don't let pain tell you how to live. Fight back naturally with Relief Factor. These products and statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
All 650 acquisition fee, Telluride RG 510849, MSRP 38305, Forte LXS RE 780 169, MSRP 21820. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 6/30/2024 with approved credit. Dealer stock only. Hey Jeff, I hear you've got the Kia Summer Sticker Sales event going on right now at Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah. Give me some scoop.
Randy, the scoop is I'm ready to put you in a new Kia for less. 2024 Kia Forte LXS 41 MPG Highway, $199 a month. $34.99 do it signing. How about a 2024 Kia Telluride LX 357 a month? $39.99 do it signing, 24-month lease.
Plus 0% for 48 months on 2024 EV9. And every Gossett Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah.
Gossett Kia South, 2680 Mount Moriah, or online anytime. KiaMountMoriah.com.
For all your roofing and home repair needs, it's Pinnacle Roofing and Restoration. Give my man Brandon McCullough a call at 901-438-5084. Tell him you heard it here on Sports 56 Mornings, or go online to newroofmemphis.com. They offer financing with many different plans and options to choose from, including a 6, 12, or 18-month same-as-cash option. They'll work with your insurance company or out of pocket, whatever it takes to get that roof fixed. Pinnacle is part of the Roofs for Troops program. Any veteran, active or retired, you get a $250 rebate on the purchase of a new roof. Pinnacle does both residential and commercial roofing, so business owners, property managers out there, along with homeowners, if you have a leak or any other roofing problem, call Brandon today. They'll come out and do a free roof inspection. They are licensed, bonded, and insured, and a member of the Better Business Bureau. If you need work around the home, they can do that as well. Carpentry work, exterior painting. They can replace gutters, put up fencing and siding, rotten wood repair. If you need shingles installed, Brandon is a certified shingle installer. This is a locally owned and operated company. It's Pinnacle Roofing and Restoration, quality work at a very reasonable price. Give Brandon a call at 901-438-5084 or go online to newroofmemphis.com.
back, 7:51 the time here in the Family Leisure Studios. This hour indeed brought to you by the Big Green Egg. Already up to 77 degrees with a heat index of about 87 already. We haven't even hit 8 o'clock yet. Going to be hot and humid today. Temperatures reaching low 90s. Heat index well above that, well into triple digits. Much of the same tomorrow. It's supposed to be even hotter tomorrow. Then Sunday, a chance of rain, including possibly some thunderstorms as well. The Sissy's Log Cabin listener line is always available to you at 901-360-8255. That's 360-8255, or you can call or text. If you got thoughts on the Grizzlies, the draft, anything else, you can certainly chime in like some have already done this morning. Again, 360-8255, the Sissy's Log Cabin listener line. One texter says, Grizzlies with an outstanding draft. Edie and 2 steals in the second round. Wells and Spencer, Grind City approves. So this person already pronouncing Jalen Wells and Cam Spencer as steals in the second round. Would you call them steals?
To be determined.
Yes. I think every second round pick is to be determined.
Well, Gigi's a steal. I knew that. I knew that from the jump.
Gigi is a steal, certainly now. They've had other steals in the second round. Vince Williams. Any second round pick that ends up contributing on your team at any point in time, that is classified as a steal. We'll see if these guys are able to do that. Drew texted, we were talking about the whole situation with the draft and the second round, and he points out that Nikola Jokic got drafted during a Taco Bell commercial. Yes, that is true. Again, that's why I like this 2-day setup. You know, I assume that round 2 will go into the nighttime next year when there's not a presidential debate going on that night. But I like having a little bit more time to spend on the second round guys. Raider Corey, for his draft party, says he'd rent out East Coast Wings and Grill. Smart choice. Be surrounded by family and friends enjoying the night while consuming a lot of local beers. Well, but what if you're a one-and-done guy? Or a two-and-done guy? What if you're not 21 yet, Raider Corey? Most of these guys aren't old enough to be consuming those local beers legally. Heck, if you're old enough to be consuming the local beers legally, they think you're old and you'll fall in the draft like Dalton Connect did. Another texter says, all the Zach Edey critics will be proven wrong by the Grizzlies. He's a legit NBA player, not a bust.
Would be nice.
Another texter says, is it really nepotism with Bron and Bronny? I mean, LeBron doesn't officially have a position or title other than a player. No, officially he does not. But if LeBron James didn't play for the Lakers weren't taking Bronny James in the draft. This was done simply for LeBron. That there's not even a question about that. Like, there's no way in the world. Again, Rich Paul was making sure that Bronny James ended up with the Lakers. And the Lakers were only taking him because LeBron James. So, while yes, LeBron does not have an official position, he didn't make the pick per se. We know why this pick was made and why Bronny James was drafted by the Lakers. Matt asked what you think the current roster is for Summer League. When does it start? Let's see. Can you look up? And I don't know. Are they playing the Utah one again? I assume they are. They normally do. They play Utah and Vegas. Utah, I want to say, starts, late next week? And then Vegas is right after that. Vegas starts around July 11th, maybe, off the top of my head.
Yeah, so Utah Summer League is July 8th.
July 8th. Yeah, it'd be not next week, the following week, and then Vegas comes right out of that, right?
Yeah. So it's Grizzlies, Jazz, Sixers, and Thunder.
That's Utah? That's the Utah one?
Yeah.
Okay. So that starts on the 8th, and then Vegas starts on, what, the 11th, 12th?
11th or 12th, because I think the first, they've already promoted this. Like, the first game is Lakers and Rockets.
Well, yeah, of course. As far as the current roster goes, of guys that are on the team that'll be playing there, obviously the draft picks. I would assume Scottie Pippen Jr., Trey Jemison, Gigi. Will Vince Williams play Summer League?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Probably not. LaRavia?
He could.
Probably. I would think he would play a little bit.
If he doesn't get traded.
Yeah. I mean, he may not play a ton out there, but I would think he'll be out there. So you have Gigi. Again, I don't know how much Gigi will play, but I think Gigi will be out there and play
he'll
some
be out there.
because they want to continue to develop him. He's still obviously very young. Again, LaRavia, I would think. The draft picks, Pippen, Jemison, and then other guys they'll add. The free agents out there that you add to take a look at.
That sounds like a Summer League championship squad to me, man.
Well, if Gigi played a lot, and I like Edie in the Summer League probably will dominate.
He's going to destroy these
I mean, he
kids,
dominated
man.
college basketball, and that's the guys he's playing. Like, he's not playing any of the big. So I would think Zach Edey will probably be dominant in the Summer League. That would make sense. Like, he's just. It's going to be it's going to be what he did at the college level. I talked to some people yesterday about I talked to a couple people who know NBA basketball, been in the NBA, things like that, who they're convinced that he absolutely can play in the NBA and can be good. Some of them said that it would be better just use him in the second unit and let him dominate because most teams wouldn't have anybody in their second unit that could handle him at all. Let him be like an offensive focus in your second unit and just let him dominate. But I think the Grizzlies want him to start. I think the Grizzlies want him to be their starting center. Hour number 1 in the book. Speaking of Zach Edey, we kick off hour number 2 with a guy who's probably seen him as much or more than anybody else. Jerry Palm, our good buddy, will join us to kick off hour number 2 to talk Zach Edey as we continue here on Sports 56 Mornings and Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
One of our great sponsors is Dinstall's Fine Candies and Chocolates. They've been making delectables for over 122 years. And this week, their Summer Sizzler special is that delicious peanut brittle. And it's also your last chance for those chocolate-covered raspberries. Now, Dinstall's will be closed on the 4th of July, so make sure over the next couple of weeks you take that in mind as you get ready for the 4th of July holidays. 5 convenient locations: Germantown, Collierville, Pleasant View, where they make the candy, Laurelwood, and downtown Memphis. Putting smiles on people's faces for 122 years, it's Dinstall's Fine Candies and Chocolates.
Rick's Powder Coating for a beautiful finish every time. Rick's Powder Coating specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, and industrial coating. With 2 conveyor lines and the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South, Rick's can accommodate all of your powder coating needs. Locally owned and operated since 2002, Rick's Powder Coating will customize a beautiful finish just for you. Drop by or call to see how Rick's Powder Coating can bring color to your life. 901-367-2771 or rickspowdercoating.com.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. It's going strong at Gossett Kia on the Pike. Are you ready to ride in your new Kia with 41 MPG Highway? We Gossett! 2024 Kia Forte LXS, $199 a month, $34.99 due at signing. How about 282 miles of EPA estimated range with new 2023 Kia EV6 LX win $249 a month. And 2024 Kia Telluride LX $357 a month. Both $39.99 due at signing, all 24-month lease. And get peace of mind with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Call Bobby J. He's ready to put you in your new Kia today. Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, online, KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Rebates and incentives. Lease includes PF 695, 650 acquisition fee, EV 6, P561, 0964, MSRP 50,200, Telluride RG 510, 849, MSRP 38305, Forte LXS RE 780, 169, MSRP 21820. Plus finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 6/30/2024 with approved credit, dealer stock only.
To shop at Genesis Tires. Interest rates on the plus 0 interest for 5 years with nothing down. The time is running out. Come until this Sunday to do this. How about a $6,000 GIA
See store for details. This 4th of July, celebrate freedom with your favorite barbecue store, Memphis Barbecue Supply. Whether you're a grilling novice or a seasoned pitmaster, Memphis Barbecue Supply has everything you need to make this Independence Day unforgettable. From a wide selection of premium chip, chunk, mini logs, pellets, and logs of wood, and over 378 different rubs, sauces, injections, and glazes to choose from. Here at Memphis Barbecue Supply, we have everything but the meat. You can stop by anytime. We're open 7 days a week for your convenience. Our knowledgeable, award-winning pitmasters on staff are more than happy to assist you with any questions you have for your next cook. Memphis Barbecue Supply is located at 7041 Stage Road in Memphis. Or you can order online at mbbqsupply.com. Follow us on all the social media platforms for recipes, new products, and barbecue news.
All 650 acquisition fee, Telluride RG 510849, MSRP 38305, Forte LXS RE 780, 169, MSRP 21820. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 6/30/2024 with approved credit, dealer stock only.
Hey, Jeff, I hear you've got the Kia Summer Sticker Sales event going on right now at Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah. Give me some scoop.
Randy, the scoop is I'm ready to put you in a new Kia for less. 2024 Kia Forte LXS 41 MPG Highway, $199 a month, $34.99 due at signing. How about a 2024 Kia Telluride LX $357 a month, $39.99 due at signing, 24-month lease.
Plus 0% for 48 months on 2024 EV9. And every Gossett Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah.
Gossett Kia South, 2680 Mount Moriah, or online anytime. KiaMountMoriah.com.
Ole Miss Rebel Yell is back. The Rebel Yell Hotline Radio Show is back on WHBQ Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Every Monday night at 6, hear the latest news on your Ole Miss Rebels with Yancey Porter with 24/7 Sports, former Ole Miss defensive tackle Mike Fitzsimmons, Gordon Ford covering SEC Sports Call, and former Ole Miss baseball announcer Gary Darby. From kickoff to free throw to extra innings, your Ole Miss Sports on the Rebel Yell Hotline Show right here Monday night at 6 on Sports 56, 560 AM and 98.5 FM. Your Mid-South Sports Station. We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253 DF Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Oh, yeah. Sports 56 traffic.
Good morning. It's been pretty light to moderate out here on all the major inbound routes. It's finally starting to pick up just a bit on 55 northbound, coming up through South Haven, working your way up through South Memphis in the Midtown area. Looks good over here right now on 240 northbound up by Lamar. Hey, Havenly Showers is your curbless shower specialist. Transform your bathroom with a tub to curbless shower conversion. Check out havenlyshowers.com for all the details. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
To Sports 56 Mornings on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by James Gaddis Jewelers.
Diamonds are forever. Woo!
Here once again, Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
The second hour of Sports 56 Mornings is brought to you each and every day by James Gaddis Jewelers. 4900 Poplar between Mendenhall and St. Nick, and on the web at GaddisJewelers.com. They are your bridal, engagement, and anniversary jeweler headquarters. Looking for that special diamond ring, that special wedding ring, or personally designed wedding set? You need to head over to James Gaddis Jewelers. They are full-service jewelers with 2-bench jewelers ready to serve you. All their diamonds are independently graded and certified. They know there's a lot of competition, so they make sure there's a price point to suit everyone's budget. Perhaps you're looking for that special watch, custom-made jewelry of all types, gemstones, bracelets, necklaces, earrings, pendants. So many choices at James Gaddis Jewelers, plus the romantics will love the one-of-a-kind estate and vintage jewelry. Layaway and financing is available. You want to sell your gold, silver, and diamonds? James Gaddis will give you a great price on that. Plus, if you need something appraised, James is a certified appraiser. Just head over to James Gaddis Jewelers, 4900 Poplar Avenue, your family's jeweler.
James Gaddis Jewelers does bring you our number 2 of our program each and every day. Eli Savoy with you here. No Greg Gaston today. Zach Boyd here as well from the Family Leisure Studios. 2120 Winton Road. That's where you'll find Family Leisure. That's where family and fun come together. We've been talking a lot the last couple of days about the Grizzlies, the draft, Zach Edey, and, well, there's one person I know who's watched a whole lot of Zach Edey. And even though it's not his regular, appearances that he does, I still feel like we have to have a proper intro for Jerry Palm.
It's time for Sports 56 Mornings Weekly Chat with Jerry Palm, college football and basketball writer and bracketologist for CBSSports.com. Here are Greg, Eli, and Jerry.
You got to have a little queen to bring in Jerry Palm. Jerry, how are you, sir?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Good. How's the summer going?
Yeah, well, we took a vacation to Europe right after the Final Four, and it's been one thing after another ever since we got back. So I'm almost looking forward to the season starting up again.
Where did you go in Europe?
We went to London and Munich.
Okay.
And Vicky, my wife, had never been before to either of those places, but we got to see some soccer, some Premier League and Bundesliga soccer while we were there, and but those places were tremendous. We had a great time in both of those cities, and it was nice to get a break.
Well, that is good, no doubt about it. You deserve a break when it gets to the end of the basketball season. That is for sure. Have you ordered your Zach Edey Memphis Grizzlies jersey yet?
I have not, but it will happen sometime this summer.
That's good.
I will get around. What number did they give him?
I don't know what his. They're introducing him today at the press conference.
It's 14.
14? Is that
14?
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
What did he wear?
Yeah, he was 15 at Purdue.
Okay.
So I wanted to keep the same number, but somebody else might already have it.
Yeah, Brandon Clark has.
Yeah, it's already taken.
There you go.
He'd have to negotiate. He'd have to negotiate a deal. But I guess so. Yeah, 14 isn't bad. All right, so I wanted to get you on because I don't know of anybody who's probably watched more Zach Edey games than you. I certainly don't know anybody that has watched more Zach Edey games.
Yeah, got to see a lot of Zach Edey in 4 years.
Yes. So your initial thoughts on, were you surprised he went that high, that he went number 9?
No, because Memphis was number 9, and that was one of the teams that had seemed to give a strong indication about wanting him in particular, or a player like him, someone to fill the role that he's going to fill. And he's a dominant player in college basketball. We heard that he was pretty dominant in his workouts, to the point where they almost stopped him when he was at Memphis to work out for the team. So he's a great kid, great player. He's going to help Memphis. There's no doubt in my mind. As long as he's healthy, he's going to be he's going to fill a role for Memphis. But he's going to do better than people expect because he's always done better than people expect. Anyone underestimating what Zach Edey can do will be proven foolish at some point.
He came into Purdue in his freshman year, averaged about 7 points. He wasn't a highly touted guy coming in or whatever.
436 on the recruiting rankings.
Was that what it was?
436.
How tall was he when he first got there? Was he?
7'4". He was
was
already 7'4".
okay.
When I don't know if he was 7'3", maybe he grew an inch, but he didn't grow up much at Purdue. He got bulkier at Purdue. But he was never skinny. He wasn't, like you see a lot of kids that grow up like that where they're, you don't have time to put on the weight. But he was never really skinny, but he definitely got heavier and stronger at Purdue. He finished at like 300. I think at the combine he weighed 299. But Purdue listed him at 7'4", 300. And unlike most players, I guess that's not at all an exaggeration. He's pretty much every bit of 7'4" and 300.
So from what he was as a freshman, where did his game develop? Was he just awkward as a freshman? How did he get so much better?
No, it was everything. I mean, he's played 6 years of organized basketball, at any kind of a level. I mean, he's still new to the game. So he got better at everything. He got better at shooting. He got better at rebounding. He got better at learning how to post up and box out and play defense without fouling. And everything that, in basketball, because he was still so new to the sport. Even like just fundamental stuff that people could get to college with, he was still perfecting some of that stuff. And it's, so his learning curve when he got to Purdue was really high, and it's still going to be high. He's still got a lot to learn. And the great thing about Zach is his work ethic is tremendous. He wants to get better. And it's, so he will put in the work, whatever it takes for him to help Memphis, the Grizzlies, win. That's what he's all about. So, but you will see more improvement in him because he has not peaked like you never really peak. You do at some point because you get old and then you get worse. But or some of your skills aren't quite what they used to be. But Zach has still got a ways to go before he can really, be the maximum player that he can be. And even at Purdue, it's like he can shoot threes, but at Purdue that wasn't his role. So but he'll be able to step out and shoot on occasion if that's what's called for. And he'll get better at that as well.
So you believe? Because I obviously, he's a good free throw shooter, so obviously he has the ability to shoot a basketball.
1% thereabouts. Yeah.
So you think he could step out even to like 3-point range and have the ability to shoot that?
Yeah. I think he showed that at the combine. I mean, he wasn't being guarded shooting threes, but he has a nice stroke on his shot, and he always has. And he's got. I mean, you can kind of see it even when he's around the basket. He's got soft touch on his shots. He's got really good hands, and he's got a really nice shot. And you see it mostly when he shoots free throws.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a very comfortable stroke, and you can see the potential for him to be able to shoot from pretty much anywhere once he gets the opportunity to do it.
Talking with Jerry Palm on Twitter at JPPalmCBS. Of course, joins us during the college football and college basketball season, but he's a Purdue guy and has watched a lot of Zach Edey over the 4 years there. Do you have any concerns about the foot speed on the defensive end?
Well, yeah. I mean, he's not the fastest guy in the world. It's hard to move 300 pounds,
yes.
With a great deal of speed. So, yeah, there's going to be some challenges defensively for him to overcome, but now he's got time to work on it. His full-time work on it. And I'm sure he'll get some coaching in that regard. I mean, speed can't be taught, but you can work on drills and stuff to try and make you a little bit faster and anticipate better on the defensive end of the floor. So it's something where it's probably the area he needs to improve most on is going to be, some of the defensive coverage. But, he'll pick it up, and he'll do it to the best of whatever physical ability he has. The thing about Zach is, he's obviously a dominant player, right? A 2-time National Player of the Year. But the thing that he does best at a really elite level is he's got elite work ethic. He's got elite competitiveness. Because he'll practice hard. He'll go after you in practice. He always plays full speed, and he's an elite teammate, and so his teammates are going to love him.
That's the thing. Like everybody that you hear from or you talk to about him at all, Like everybody talks about the work ethic, which again, when you come in was what he was as a freshman and ended up being a 2-time National Player of the Year. Obviously, you have to have a pretty darn good work ethic to develop like that over his time in college. But yeah, and they talk about he's just a good guy. Like, is he like because he kind of seems like he wants he didn't go to the green room. He did his thing at home, all that stuff. Like just kind of a low key guy.
Yes, I mean publicly, he's not going to say something outrageous or. He hasn't got the most outgoing, gregarious personality outwardly. I think amongst his teammates and stuff, you see more of that kind of a thing. But yeah, he's always, that Purdue team was really tight. And, for Zach, he wanted to spend the draft night with his friends and family. And, Purdue is a home for him now. His parents were there. Many of his teammates were there. Other friends were there. I think that might have been at Coach Painter's house. Anyways, he's like, this is the last time I'm going to get to be around these people. They helped me get to where I am. I want to be able to celebrate with them.
Yeah, which I talked about earlier. Like, I think that's what I would do. I'd rather be that than in the green room, honestly.
Well, I think was he the only first rounder not there? I didn't watch the entire first round.
No, there were some others that weren't there. Off time, because I remember
I was a little surprised they didn't have any video at all, and maybe that was his doing or Purdue's doing or whatever. But I was surprised they didn't have any video at all when he was picked.
Did they? I thought they showed him at the house.
No, I don't remember. Not at the time that he was drafted. Maybe later on.
Yeah, I think they showed it late. Like they showed the whole thing later. Like what his reaction was when he was picked. They weren't live.
No.
Obviously they didn't. They could have switched to it immediately. But yeah, that's right. It was later on. Like they came back or whatever, and they showed the moment he was selected. They showed the video of that, and he was very cool about it. Like he just had his little sunglasses on, and he did. Yeah. There wasn't a whole lot of reaction. It was just kind of like, okay, yeah.
Well, Memphis had probably already called him, so he knew it was coming. But his teammates were all very excited, that was one of the cool things about this Purdue team. Is that everybody was invested in each other's success, as individually as well as a team.
So I guess you can. You can obviously make a trip down here to Memphis, but you could also, or you could catch him in Indianapolis. You could catch him in Chicago.
Chicago's closer for me. Yeah. Hopefully, we'll get to see him. Memphis has been on our list of places to visit. We almost did it this spring for college hoops, but now we may have to make a trip down for pro hoops. We're excited to see him play because there are a lot of questions about what's going to happen with him because he's a unique character. I mean, not character, but a unique player. I mean, there's nobody else like him. There's 7'4", but Wembanyama's like his weight is like the weight of one of Zach's legs. I mean,
Yeah, in today's
he's
NBA,
a tremendous
is
player,
weird.
of course, but it's just so different. There was nobody like him in college basketball. There's going to be very few like him in pro ball. It'll just be interesting. I'm curious to see how he develops, how Memphis uses him. But you don't draft him number one without a commitment to get the most out of him. But Memphis people are going to love Zach Edey. He'll be one of those guys that is endearing to the fans, and unless of course you're a Tennessee fan, also then you might be conflicted. But he's a great kid, and he'll put in the work. I mean, you'll never accuse him of dogging it. He may not do stuff right, but you'll never question the effort.
Yeah, it won't be a lack of effort, that's for sure. If he has defensive issues or it's going to be a lack of effort, it's just going to be like I said, the foot speed, things like that he's got to get adjusted to. But it's funny because it's weird that I
feel sorry for the guys who John Morant runs off a screen.
Yes, that's one of the big things they need from him is just set good screens. And there's no doubt at 7'4", 300 pounds, you can set good screens.
That's something he's pretty good at.
And then all he's going to do is be able to catch a lob. A lot of times, just catch a lob and dunk it. And I know he can do that.
Yep.
But it's interesting. Like he is a rare player. Like 25 years ago, he'd been the number one overall pick in the draft.
Yeah. Oh gosh, not even that long ago. But yes. I mean, he's basically the only person that I can kind of compare him to, and this is maybe not the greatest comparison anyway, is Shaq. You know, I mean, just in sheer size.
See, I think he's Yao Ming. Like, I think he's Yao Ming.
Yeah, there's a lot. I've seen a lot of comparisons. You know, people say Yao Ming as well. Yao Ming had something of an outside game, where Shaq was more of a pure post. But yeah, I mean, you know, he could be, you know, Yao Ming. If he's Yao Ming, that's a pretty good career.
There's no doubt. But yeah, it's just, I don't know what Yao Ming would be in today's NBA because there's so much idea that you need to be able to.
Well, he was a guy who could pick and pop, and you'll be able to do that with Zach, but maybe not right off the bat, because Purdue never did it. So he's going to have to. That's something that they're going to have to work on in practice with him so he gets comfortable with it.
So do you do any, like, real way too early bracket or playoff projections for college football?
Yeah, both of those things will happen. The bracket is scheduled for July 11th, and then there'll be another preseason one, at least one more. There was another kid just transferred to Texas today. I mean, it's, you know, rosters are still fluid. That was yesterday. But yeah, and then you know, we have to make some changes to the page on the site to adapt, you know, for a 12-team playoff bracket. That has not happened yet, but we'll probably do a preseason bracket as soon as that's ready to go.
Okay. We'll be watching to see if you have Memphis in both of those.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I haven't. I don't know. I haven't really thought that far ahead yet. I haven't had time to do a lot of thinking about stuff, but now I have to think about a basketball bracket, so I have to devote time to it.
Hey, nothing but time, Jerry. Nothing but time.
Right.
Well, Jerry, thank you, sir. As always, we look forward to when football season rolls around, having you back on again, and certainly appreciate you taking some time to join us today.
All right, great. Thanks. Good to talk.
Jerry Paul joining us to talk a little Zach Edey. So it is amazing. The universal thing about Zach Edey is the dude will work his tail off, and that's good. And again, that's where I'll go back to the people who want to say, "Oh, he's just going to be another Hasheem Thabeet." No, he won't, because that's the biggest difference. Hasheem Thabeet didn't want to do the work. Zach Edey does want to do the work, and Zach Edey's just a better player. He was a better college player, way better college player than Hasheem Thabeet was. But we appreciate Jerry for joining us. Again, we'll have him starting up in the fall and then through the college football and basketball seasons as well. Up next, the NFL took a big hit in court yesterday. We're talking billions of dollars. And many of you out there could be entitled to some of it. We'll tell you about that when we come back. Sports 56 Mornings on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11, here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
It's time to have a good time at Mugshots Grill and Bar in Olive Branch and Carterville. Come by for half-price happy hour 2 to 6 Monday through Friday with domestic drafts and $3 snacks. Then try one of Mugshots 19 specialty burgers, including the Mugshot Burger. Finish in 12 minutes and it's free. Plus, you get a free shirt. Mugshots in Olive Branch, 6400 Goodman Road, and Mugshots in Carterville, 656 West Poplar. So cheers to great food, good drinks, and fun company at Mugshots Grill and Bar, where you're always having a good time.
Corky's Barbecue.
Hi, this is Jay Stovall with Corky's Barbecue. We have been serving up our legendary barbecue for more than 39 years, right here in Memphis, Tennessee. Whether you're dining in, picking up in our drive-thru, or serving our famous barbecue at your office or home, with Corky's Party Pack, you are the hit of the party. Barbecue pulled pork, baked beans, coleslaw, barbecue sauce, and buns, starting at only $8.49 per person. And as you know, we send plenty of food. You never have to worry about running out of the store.
Corky's Barbecue.
Hi, this is Jay Stovall with Corky's Barbecue. We have been serving up our legendary barbecue for more than 39 years, right here in Memphis, Tennessee. Whether you're dining in, picking up in our drive-thru, or serving our famous barbecue at your office or home, with Corky's Party Pack, you are the hit of the party. Barbecue pulled pork, baked beans, coleslaw, barbecue sauce, and buns, starting at only $8.49 per person. And as you know, we send plenty of food. You never have to worry about running out of the store.
Summertime's finally here, and that means it's time to party. Lucky for you, Family Leisure is having a summertime to party sale. Now, what's What's all included in this party sale? Practically everything. 24-foot above ground pools for as little as $19.99. All ladders, filter systems, and even robotic cleaners are 20% off. Come in and look at all of the in-stock patio furniture Family Leisure has. Plus, it's up to 50% off. Play gyms for the kids, that's $1,000 off. Patio umbrellas, take 20% off. You can get a 4-person hot tub for just under $3,000. We know you're really going to just use it for yourself. Family Leisure has discounted pricing on all in-stock pool toys and floats while the supplies last, so you better get in quick. Plus, Family Leisure has special financing available. Just ask an associate for all the details. Summertime means party time, and Family Leisure is ready for any party. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun all come together.
Summer's heating up, and so are the savings at Choate's. We've got 3 incredible offers to make your season spectacular. First up, our Grill and Chill with Choate's Summer Special. Upgrade your HVAC system and choose between a free Yeti cooler or a Green Egg grill on select systems. Then power through any outage with Choate's generators. Be one of the first 50 customers to buy a generator and score a massive 75-inch TV or an iPad. Also, don't forget about our tankless water heater offer. Purchase a tankless water heater from Choate's and receive a premium toilet free. Don't wait. These offers are too good to last. Turn to the experts with Choate's and call 347-8086 or visit us online today for your free estimate. Now introducing Choate's air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and generators. Choate's, let our family serve your family.
I got him on the line, Jason, the main man Marshall, and he's ready to rock and gossip Volkswagen on the pike.
Randy, it's vacation time, so take the road wherever it leads you with 42 miles per gallon on the highway in a brand new 2024 Volkswagen Jetta SE for only $249 a month.
That's an awesome deal at Gossip Volkswagen on the pike. And Jason, my main man Marshall, everybody in Memphis knows when it comes to a great deal, it's all about choices.
Take your pick from 2024 Tiguan S front-wheel drive or a 2024 Taos SE for only $279.28 a month, plus 0% for 60 months on all new 24 Taos. And you know my motto, make me an offer, because nothing reasonable will be refused.
Ask for Jason, the main man Marshall at Gossip Volkswagen, 1875 Covington Pike, online, gossipvwmemphis.com.
Where we're charging for it and charging less every day.
Listen each and every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. and join Ottawa Presbyterian Church for worship. Ottawa is a PCUSA church located in town Memphis.
Get your summer started out in the right way with a sweet ride from All-Star Chevrolet in Olive Branch. Together, let's drive into summer. At All-Star Chevrolet in Olive Branch, they have all the new Silverados. Some mark 12% off invoice. Wow, that's one sweet buyer's market. Financing as low as 1.9. No payments for 90 days on new Trailblazers, Silverados, Equinox, and much, much more, including the new Tahoes. And nothing beats family trips in that beautiful Tahoe. An extra $500 bonus for college students, grads, military, first responders, healthcare workers, and teachers. And no matter what pre-owned you're looking for, you can find it in Olive Branch at All-Star Chevy's All-American Pre-Owned Sale. All the Jeeps, the Ram trucks, the 4Runners, so much more. And at All-Star Chevrolet in Olive Branch, you can test drive them all. Bring All-Star any vehicle you want to sell, get it checked today. And everyone at All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch wishes you a very happy and safe 4th of July as we celebrate our country's Independence Day. So don't miss All-Star Chevy's All-American Sale in Olive Branch, or check out these great vehicles at allstarautogroup.com.
Good morning. Still moving out here right now. 385 Billboards Parkway coming inbound. Normally it'd be pretty crowded here on 385 getting onto 240, but it looks pretty decent right now. Just lots of radar already out here. You're going to see a lot of that over the next 7 to 10 days. That's for sure. So make sure you slow it down and make sure you're buckled up also. Weimer's Jewelry here in Memphis specializes in bridal ring purchases. Stop by and see them this weekend. Save a lot of money by shopping local at Weimer's Jewelry. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Now back to Sports 56 Mornings on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by James Gaddis Jewelers.
Don't you just love it?
Here once again, Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
Welcome back, 8:31 here in the Family Leisure Studios. Eli and Zach here on this Friday. Warm Friday. Gonna be warm, gonna be humid, is warm, and just getting warmer. Gonna be hot today, hot tomorrow. Sunday, chance of some rain possibly in the forecast. Yesterday, the NFL was hit with a ruling in U.S. District Court, ordered to pay more than $4.7 billion in damages after they ruled that the league violated antitrust laws in distributing their out-of-market Sunday afternoon games on their NFL Sunday Ticket on DirecTV. Now, this ruling, and under federal antitrust laws, damages can be tripled. So that $4.7 billion can become over $14 billion that the NFL will owe. There's $4.7 billion to residential customers, and then another $96 million in damages to the commercial class in this class action suit. There are $2.4 million residential subscribers, 48,000 businesses that paid for this between 2011 and 2023 that are a part of the class in this class action lawsuit. Now, the NFL said they're going to appeal all of that. But if the ruling stands, if they don't win an appeal or anything else, and this all ends up standing, and they do triple the damages, it's going to cost every team in the NFL basically $450 million. Now, granted, these are NFL teams, so they can afford it, but nobody just likes having to write off a check for $450 million. My goodness gracious. And $14 billion total that they could be paying out. Now, as far as if you're a person who bought the Sunday ticket during that time, how much money each person will end up getting, I have no idea. Because obviously there will be some legal fees that go to the lawyers, all of that stuff. And this says there are 2.4 million people. I think there will be a website set up where you'll have to go in and actually claim your money, basically, that you were one of these subscribers during that time period. I don't think I actually subscribed. I don't think I've had DirecTV since 2011. I think it was before 2011 that I got rid of DirecTV. So I don't think I've had Sunday Ticket in the time frame. I used to have it, but I don't think I ever had it in the time frame that it matters. So I think I'm out of luck. I don't think I'm getting my money. I don't think I'm getting any money back.
So what's the time frame that they say?
2011 to 2023.
Okay.
That's if you had it in that time frame, that's where you can get. Again, I guess it will depend how many years. If you had it every year, I guess there'll be a certain amount of money allotted per year, per subscriber that you could go. You'll be able to go in and claim or whatever. But and I don't know when this will all be wrapped up. I think there's a hearing in July sometime. July 31st. There will be post-trial motions heard, including the NFL filing a motion to set aside the verdict. If that is not set aside, then the NFL will appeal it. So it's going to be sometime before this is all wrapped up. But man, oh man, that's a tough one, I'm sure, for Roger Goodell and company to be hit with a what could be over $14 billion penalty in this case. I never, because that was one of the things I had never quite understood with the whole Sunday ticket, how they got away with only offering it on one outlet. Like, it never made sense to me. Like, why, how does it work that you can say you can buy this, but you can only buy it if you have DirecTV? You can't get it from anybody else. And obviously we find out now that they were breaking laws. According to the courts, they weren't allowed to do that. They were It's amazing it took this long, honestly, that this has happened. Although originally because this lawsuit I think was originally filed by like a bar owner, and it was thrown out. And then I think another court ended up. So I can't remember exactly what it was, but it like started with some bar owner somewhere who said like, this is like, why can't, if I don't have DirecTV, why can't we get these games in the bar, basically, and filed a lawsuit. It got thrown out and then somehow got reinstated or refiled, and another court took it. And then now we go through all of this, and here we are with a $14 billion penalty being handed down to the NFL because of it.
Well, they got the cash, so, you know.
Again, they got the cash, but $14 billion, even for the NFL. And the NFL teams, again, be basically about $450 million per team they're talking about. $450 million hurts.
Yeah.
Like that one hurts. It may not hurt Jerry Jones or Robert Kraft as much as it hurts some others.
Mm-hmm.
But that still hurts.
I think one of my I guess one of the people that I followed when the news broke, I think he said, yeah, run me my money.
I mean, again, I have no idea how much each person's going to get or how it'll work and how you get it, all that stuff. But I've gotten emails before where I was like entitled to some money for these class action suits. I don't remember what the one was. I got one email one time that basically asked me if I was something part, like if I paid for something. And I was like, yeah, I did. I remember I doing that. Yeah, I had that, and it was like this class action suit, but I was entitled to like it was like literally like less than $1, I think. I was like, oh, great. Thanks for letting me know. Like, no, I'm not going to claim this. Like, I don't care. It was, or it may have been like $2, but it was like the amount of money was like nothing that I was going to get for it. And I have no clue what it was. And ever since then, every time I get an email saying I'm part of a class action that's won this lawsuit, I've never actually even looked into it. I'm like, I don't care. I just assume they're all like $2. But this, let's do that math. Let's just pretend. Again, there's going to be legal fees and all that. So if you have, again, if the amount is tripled, which they could, you're talking $14 billion. So let's take $14 billion. And if you divide that, they say there's 2.4 million subscribers. 2.4 million. Is that right? That can't be right. Well, again, there's not going to be that. There's going to be a lot. That comes out to 5,833. If my calculator's correct. But again, of that 14 billion, I don't know how much will actually go to the people. Lawyers, I'm sure other costs, other things, all of that. So I have no idea how much will actually get to the people. I don't even know what is Sunday. Like, I don't even know what the most, I know when I was getting it way back in the day, I thought it was expensive. I'm sure it's probably doubled or tripled in price since then. Anybody out there that has gotten Sunday ticket in the last couple of years, like what were they charging for Sunday ticket anymore? Because I remember I used to think like, gosh, dang, I can't believe how expensive this is. But I still paid it every year because when I had DirecTV, I was like, it's stupid. If I have DirecTV, I might as well get this. Now the Red Zone channel has changed a lot of that. Like I don't need to see every game. I could just watch the Red Zone channel and be happy with that. And the Cowboys, which we're both Cowboys fans. Cowboys are on all the time anyway. So like we don't. That's what I also learned in Memphis. Like they show the Cowboys games all the time.
Yeah,
so
it's
like,
on basic TV.
Why waste money getting the Sunday ticket? Like when I was up in like Chicago or Illinois, like you always got the Bears games. So I had to have Sunday ticket in order to be able to watch the Cowboys then.
So they moved the NFL Sunday ticket to YouTube.
Yeah. That's why I was like, at the end, what was it like? I wonder what it was at the end of like DirecTV. What is it on YouTube TV? What do they charge you?
It's $87 a month, which is about $349 a year.
So $87 for the months of the season?
Yeah.
So September, October, so 4 months basically at $87 each?
Basically.
I don't remember what it was when I was. That seems cheaper than what I would have guessed it was. But hey, if you were a 2011 to 2023 Sunday ticket subscriber, at some point you might be getting some money back. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on the web. Again, I think they'll eventually set up a website where you'll go claim your money and then see how much you get back. Again, if you're subscribed every single year during that, maybe you get a decent amount of money back. I have no idea. Well, the 4th of July weekend, next weekend, 4th of July is on Thursday, so I guess next weekend technically will be the 4th of July weekend. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people off on Friday, make a long weekend out of it. Summer's here, 4th of July's here. People are grilling. I was grilling last night, fired up the Big Green Egg. And what charcoal did I use? Well, lump charcoal that I got from Memphis Barbecue Supply. That's right. Charcoal. Oh, and I also used wood. What did I use? I used apple wood last night with my wings that I was smoking, also from Memphis Barbecue Supply. When it comes to your fuel, whether it be charcoal or pellets, when it comes to wood for smoking, when it comes to rubs, sauces, injections, spices, all other supplies, Memphis Barbecue Supply has everything you need. Plus, they got a great staff of award-winning pitmasters to answer questions that you might have about anything you're doing on your grill and what you might need. What wood might be the best wood to use? Which charcoal? What's the difference between the different charcoals? They've got lump charcoal, they got briquettes, they got the pellets, they got everything you need at Memphis Barbecue Supply for that perfect 4th of July barbecue. They're open 7 days a week to take care of you at 7041 Stage Road. You can find them online and shop online at mbbqsupply.com. They are Memphis Barbecue Supply. Final segment of hour number 2 coming up. Talk about that disaster of a soccer loss last night for the U.S. men when we continue here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Buster's Butcher at 199 South Highland Street in Memphis. We're a full-service butcher shop offering a curated selection of quality meats, cheeses, prepared foods, and more. At Buster's, our skilled butchers are also experienced chefs. They'll be delighted to guide you on selecting, preparing, and cooking our fine selection of products. We're like nothing else you can find in Memphis. Learn more at bustersbutcher.com and come see why every cut counts at Buster's Butcher.
It's the Make This the Summer event going on now at Gossett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Kia.
That's right, Randy. I've got 2024 Ram 1500 Tradesman Quad Cab 4-wheel drive, $649 a month.
Man, that is awesome. What else you got, Ronnie?
2024 Jeep Gladiator Sport 4-wheel drive, $659 a month.
That's a hot deal on Gladiator Sport. What else you got?
Get super power in a 2023 Charger RT Scat Pack, $698 a month. That's $8,600 off MSRP.
So drive past the rest and come to the best at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Kia on the bike. Or shop online anytime at GossettMotorCars.net.
75 months, 5,000 down. Ram RN 194282, MSRP 48,595. Jeep RL 116172, MSRP 51690. Charger PH 612877, MSRP 55110. Price includes all rebates and incentives and excludes PF 695. Payments include PF 695. All exclude tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Dealer stock only.
It's June, and that means it's celebration month. Whether it's graduation from college, a wedding happening, or any other special occasion, take yourself and your merry band downtown to Bell Tavern, Memphis' perfect downtown neighborhood bar. The beauty of Bell Tavern, tucked away in historic Barbaro Alley, is that while While it's right smack in the middle of downtown, it's also a quiet oasis with ice-cold beer, an easygoing atmosphere, and signature cocktails you won't find anywhere else. When it's time to celebrate in Memphis, it's time to celebrate at Bell Tavern.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
East Memphis Ace Hardware is more than just a hardware store. It's really a customer service store with 20 employees along with complete inventory of items. They deliver. Finding what you need is easy. Choosing from a complete selection of Big Green Egg as well as Traeger and River Grills. And the Garden Center has everything for your yard. You can get glass cut, repair screens, get new keys with key fob programming. Tools, nuts, bolts, screws. You need it. East Memphis Ace Hardware has them. And they're just down the street at the corner of Ridge and White Station.
When you think great barbecue, you think Memphis. And when you think Memphis barbecue, you think Corky's. Corky's Ribs and Barbecue. They've been serving up that delicious slow smoke barbecue for 4 decades, and they've been catering the entire time. So if you have an event coming up, no matter how small, how large, make sure to contact Corky's and have them cater that event. 4 locations: Poplar Avenue in Memphis, Poplar Avenue in Collierville, Germantown Parkway in Cordova, and Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Delicious ribs, and that queue is outstanding. Love the barbecue nachos and the cheese and sausage plate. They also have an award-winning catfish plate, tamales, even burgers, and amazing desserts. You can reserve their private party room as well. You got a little get-together coming up, maybe a birthday party or an anniversary or a family reunion. You can have it at their private party room at the Cordova or the Olive Branch location. Just contact them for information. You can head over for lunch. There's a lunch special every single day. You can add a third of a rack of ribs for just $7.99 when you purchase an entree. And party packs start at just $7.49. Corky's Ribs and Barbecue, open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week.
Now back to Sports 56 Mornings on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by James Gaddis Jewelers.
To reveal the full spectrum of dazzling color.
Here once again, Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
News out of the NBA, Woj reports, and no real surprise here, but Emmanuel Quickley has agreed to a 5-year, $175 million contract to stay with the Toronto Raptors. Of course, they acquired him in the trade with the Knicks, and he will get a lot of money to stay in Toronto, averaging out to $35 million per year for Emmanuel Quickley. I guess the big thing over the weekend or for the next couple of days is going to be the Paul George situation. Does he indeed opt out, which it looks like he will? And then where does Paul George go? Because it looks like could be a pretty decent chance that he is not back with the Clippers. A lot of talk about Philadelphia, other places. We'll see what happens with him. Again, the free agency, as far as negotiations, can begin Sunday night, 5 o'clock Central Time. Deals can be signed starting on July the 6th. Well, last night after round 2 of the draft was over, there was nothing else on. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be patriotic. 4th of July is just around the corner. I'm going to watch Team USA. I'm going to watch our American men play a little soccer. I turn it on and immediately...
That's a mistake.
I know. I tried, though. Everybody knows I don't like soccer. But I said, you know what? There's nothing else on right now. I'm going to watch this. And like, as soon as I turn it on, our Tim Weah gets a red card. Like, just, like, basically punches a dude in the back of the head. 17 minutes into the match. Now we're playing a man down. I'm like, what are we, how dumb do you have to be? You can't get a red card 17 minutes into a game. But then, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes later, we score. I'm like, hey, USA. It's 1-0. Like, we don't even need 11 guys. Who cares? We'll play you one down. Then, like, 3 minutes later, Panama scored. I was like, okay, well, maybe we do need that 11th. maybe we could use that 11th guy. I don't know. Seems like that was very quick.
It's like it changed immediately. It's like, oh, we'll take the handicap. It's like, no, actually, we might need that.
It changed my mind in a hurry. I was like, okay, actually, 11th man would be important. And then we went into just like stall mode, just trying to escape with a point. Just wanted to get a tie, get a draw, and get out of there because that would help us to advance and all that stuff. Then our goalie gets hurt. It was a physical game. There were yellow cards and stuff being handed out all over the place. Then second half, we're continuing we had to go to a different goalie, but we're doing fine. We're stalling away, not even trying to score. Just did have a couple of opportunities, but nothing, but mainly just trying to stall. And then, lo and behold, Panama scores again with like 8 minutes to go. And then one of their guys gets a red card. Just absolutely kicked the legs of Pulisic or whatever the guy's name is, our stud. He gets a red card. Yellow cards handed out all over the place. And now it's 10-on-10, and we're back to even. Maybe we could score. Still get that draw. Nope. Couldn't do it. No chance. And lo and behold, U.S. lost 2-1 to Panama. Panama. What's the population of Panama? Check the population of Panama. Well, that's the Panama. And now, apparently, from what I understand, it looks like we have to win on Monday night against Uruguay, who is actually good at soccer, really good. And if we don't, we're probably not advancing. We're out. We're done in group stage play, and which would be an embarrassment in this whole thing. From what I gather, that's what they're telling me. And our coach say they will probably get fired if they don't advance.
4.4 million.
4.4 million people in Panama. We lost to them. You got to be kidding me. 4.4 million people, and they're beating us in soccer. What's the population of New York City? I mean, this is like, how do we lose to Panama?
8.3.
Yeah, there you go. We have a city that has twice as many people as their entire country. And we lost to them. And so now it looks like we're probably not going to advance into the knockout rounds or whatever they call them. Embarrassing. Now this is, well, yes, Tim Weah, you can't get a red card. Like, that's just like, what are you doing? Why? You're throwing a punch, basically, 17 minutes into this game. That's ridiculous. But what's even more ridiculous is, and it's not surprising because of the idiots that we have in this country, but afterwards, Weah and others, apparently on social media, were targets of a bunch of racist comments and attacks. I mean, come on, people. At some point, will we ever get past this? Like, the people that live out there, this happens, like, oh, look at this. This guy made a dumb play, and he apologized to the team afterwards. I'm like, oh, and look, he's black, so I'm going to go online and I'm going to attack him with racist stuff. some point you'd hope that maybe this country could be better than that. Although I don't know that it'll ever happen. I mean, come on, people. I'm sure he feels terrible. Again, it was a dumb move on his part. And I'm sure he feels terrible. We don't need to be doing racist attacks on him and his teammates because of it. But Monday, I believe, is the game against Uruguay. And again, from what I gathered in the bit that I watched, now they will probably have they have to win that game in all likelihood. I guess it depends on other results. But in all likelihood, if things go as you would expect, they will have to beat Uruguay. And Weah cannot play in that. With the red card, he is suspended for that game. I don't know how important he is to our team, but he will not be able to play. We don't know about the goalie who got injured, whether he'll be able to play or not. So it's not looking good for the old red, white, and blue to try and advance in the Copa America.
So I just received some exclusive audio, Eli.
Uh-oh.
From Team Panama.
Uh-oh. What do we got? What's
this is what their locker room, the celebration in their locker room. This is what this sounds like.
Okay. Probably, they should be rocking out to that. Like, I think they said yesterday, and again, I might have missed. I think they said they've never advanced out of group play. And I think this was only the, second or third time maybe they've ever beaten us. It's a country of 4.4 million people, and they beat us. It's going to be a sad 4th of July for Team USA, apparently. They will be knocked out. 4th of July week, Team USA is probably going to be knocked out of it.
Whew. You talk about a bad soccer game and whatever debate that was last night. It was a rough day for America.
Last night was a tough night for America. Let's just be honest. Well, it was a tough night for America. Yes, it was overall just a rough night for America. Rough couple of days. We got Frenchmen being drafted number 1 in the NBA draft. Team USA losing. And that Saturday Night Live skit last night for a debate. Tough times. Tough times here. Hey, but the 4th of July is just around the corner.
Let me just throw in there the under-20 football team got destroyed by Japan.
Yeah, I don't like that. I saw that. I thought that was a joke. How the hell is Japan beating us in our football game? I talk about the fact that a team from Canada can't win the Stanley Cup. For goodness sake, how do we have a football team losing in American football to Japan? Rough times in America. Rough times, folks. Hour number 3 coming up. We'll talk with Kari Thompson to start at 10 in a row as well. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Get your summer started out in the right way with a sweet ride from All-Star Chevrolet in Olive Branch. Together, let's drive into summer. At All-Star Chevrolet in Olive Branch, they have all the new Silverados. Some mark 12% off invoice. Wow, that's one sweet buyer's market. Financing as low as 1.9. No payments for 90 days on new Trailblazers, Silverados, Equinox, and much, much more, including the new Tahoes. And nothing beats family trips in that beautiful Tahoe. An extra $500 bonus for college students, grads, military, first responders, healthcare workers, and teachers. And no matter what pre-owned you're looking for, you can find it in Olive Branch at All-Star Chevy's All-American Pre-Owned Sale. All the Jeeps, the Ram trucks, the 4Runners, so much more. And at All-Star Chevrolet in Olive Branch, you can test drive them all. Bring All-Star any vehicle you want to sell, get it checked today. And everyone at All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch wishes you a very happy and safe 4th of July as we celebrate our country's Independence Day. So don't miss All-Star Chevy's All-American Sale in Olive Branch, or check out these great vehicles at allstarautogroup.com.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
So special friends need to make that big move. Let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
The light is fading, your hands are sore, and the last tool's been put away. Now's the time to feel the satisfaction that comes with a job well done. But when you get your tools from Harbor Freight, something about the job feels a little different. Your wallet. Because we believe that everyone deserves hard-working tools at hard-working prices. And that's what we have here. So, whatever you do it for us at Harbor Freight.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. In these uncertain economic times, there are so many things as a contractor and a business owner that I cannot control. The rising cost of materials, not to mention fuel and transportation costs. In the last 2 years, shingle prices have almost doubled, and commercial materials have doubled. And I don't have to tell you what fuel costs these days. But you know what I can control? How much markup I put on a project. I have always prided myself in knowing I never gouge a customer. But in an effort to ensure my crews have work and my customers are being treated fairly, I have lowered my profit margin, hoping to give you a price you can live with and keeping my crews busy. So if you need a roof or gutters, please give us a call. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. Fiveash Roofing, a proud sponsor of Tiger Athletics and a member of the Tigers home team. 367-0050 or MemphisRoofer.com. 367-0050 or MemphisRoofer.com.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event that's going strong at Gossett Kia on the Pike. Are you ready to ride in your new Kia with 41 MPG Highway? We Gossett! 2024 Kia Forte LXS, $199 a month, $34.99 due at signing. How about 282 miles of EPA estimated range with new 2023 Kia EV6 Win, $249 a month. And 2024 Kia Telluride LX 357 a month, both $39.99 due at signing, all 24-month lease. And get peace of mind with Kia's 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Call Bobby J. He's ready to put you in your new Kia today. Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, online, KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Rebates and incentives. Lease includes PF 695, 650 acquisition fee, EV6 P561 0964, MSRP 50,200, Telluride RG 510 849, MSRP 38305, Forte LXS RE 78169, MSRP 21820. Plus finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 6/30/2024 with approved credit dealer stock only.
This Sports 56 traffic report is brought to you by Luttrell Belting. They keep you moving.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good morning. A couple of areas it's starting to pick up, and it's been pretty quiet out here up to this point. As you work your way up 55 northbound, up through South Haven, coming up into South Memphis. Traffic's holding up over here on Austin P Highway southbound. Normally it'd be a little bit crowded, but again, just lots of radar out here this morning. A lot of holiday traffic already starting to crank up. Hey, Weimer's Jewelry, 7525 Highway 64 is your full-service family-owned jewelry store here in the Memphis area. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Now back to Sports 56 mornings on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Jenkins Floors and More. Here once again are Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
Hour 3 of the program is brought to you each and every day by Jenkins Floors and More. They have the new warehouse open up at 2356 Goodman Road in Horn Lake, Mississippi. They have other stores in Cleveland, Mississippi, and in Little Rock. They specialize in flooring and carpeting. It is a family-owned and operated business. And if it's variety you're looking for, they have it at Jenkins Floors and More. SPC and WPC vinyls, which are scratch-resistant, waterproof, top of the line. Ceramic and porcelain tiles, hardwoods by Portercraft, carpeting from Southern Luxury Carpet, plus backsplashes, plantation shutters and blinds, and so much more. And they sell it wholesale. They skip the middleman, going to save you lots of money. Timmy and Rebecca Jenkins started this business 8 years ago in their garage. And because of their quality of work, their attention to detail, and their pricing, they have earned the reputation of being one of the top flooring companies in the area. So for residential and commercial, that means homeowners, contractors out there, do yourself a favor, see what Jenkins Floors and More has to offer, and they will install. They'll do so in unheard of 2-week turnaround. They will come to you, give you a free estimate. Financing is available. They're open Monday through Saturday. Call them, 662-469-9350, or stop by any of their 3 stores, including their new warehouse at 2356 Goodman Road in Horn Lake, Mississippi. It's Jenkins Floors and More.
It is hour number 3 of the program, 9:06 here in the Family Leisure Studios on a hot and humid Friday, June the 28th. Eli Savoy, Zach Boyd with you here. No Greg Gaston today. We've talked a lot about the NBA draft, Grizzlies, and want to continue to talk a little bit about the NBA, the world champions, as a matter of fact. Kari Thompson, not long ago, was here in Memphis covering high school sports. Now he's in Boston covering the Boston Celtics for Boston.com. You can follow him on Twitter at _Kari Thompson. He joins us on the program. What's going on, man? How are you?
What's going on, Eli, Zach? Good to see you guys, man. Good to be back on Sports 56.
Yeah, it's good to have you. So what's it like to go from covering state championships to NBA championships?
Oh, man, I mean, it's awesome. I spent 4 years in Memphis, but I'm born and raised from Boston, so I got a chance to go back home and cover my hometown team. And, I was right there in the middle of it all, on the road, in the locker room. I've got some interesting stories.
By the way, with you being a Bostonian, how come you don't have the good Boston accent?
I don't know. I just didn't pick it up, I guess I'm just one of the few that wasn't blessed with it, I guess.
I was up in Boston, a month ago or 6 weeks ago to go to Fenway Park, and we went into the Cheers bar there to check that out. And the bartender there had the most unbelievable Boston accent. I could have spent days in there just listening to her talk. It was amazing. That Boston accent absolutely cracks me up. It's crazy.
It's funny you say that because I love the Southern accent. When I came down to Memphis, everyone sounded different to me, and I was like, "This is so cool! I could listen to this all day."
Yeah, the Southern accent's great as well. So the Celtics this year, how important was it for them to finish the deal after the great regular season, best team of the regular season, everything else? But how important was it for them to actually finish it and get the championship this year?
Oh, for sure. I mean, because you got a young core and everyone's coming back. So now that you have the monkey off your back, there's a lot less pressure, right? I mean, you look at Jason Tatum, he's 26 years old. You look at Jaylen Brown, he's 27. The heart of their team is under 30. Of course, you have outliers. You have Drew Holiday and you have, Al Horford. But this is a team that is going to be well-positioned in the East for a long, long time. And I would say, correct me if I'm wrong, they're the favorites to winning it next year, too.
Yeah, I think so. They have to be. As you said, everybody's coming back. I mean, all of the important players are signed for next year, so why wouldn't you be the favorite?
Exactly. Even Al Horford said he's coming back, man. Al Horford's 38. He's still balling.
Yeah. And he's a great leader and contributes a lot still. And, obviously if Porzingis gets once his recovery from the surgery and everything else, and he's back. Again, they ran through the playoffs with 3 losses. You can't help but say that they're the favorites going into next year. Even as good as a lot of the teams out of the West will be, they're in the East certainly. I don't even know who you would possibly be able to put it. Milwaukee, we'll see what happens with them. Philadelphia, you have to see what happens with them. But in the East, they look head and shoulders above pretty much everybody.
Well, I'll tell you, Indy played them way tougher than most people give them credit for.
Yes, they did.
That was probably the most competitive sweep I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
That easily could have been a 2-2 series. But the Celtics got all the right bounces to go their way in that one. And then also what the Knicks just did, getting Mikal Bridges and leaning even further into the Nova Knicks strategy is really interesting. I'm really interested to see how the Knicks, because I think the Knicks they're already the number 2 seed this year, and they just got a whole lot better.
Yeah. The Knicks, I would say Knicks certainly are the one team, if there's one team in the East that, and I guess Indiana too, as you said, they as tough as they played them, and now having that experience, which they didn't really have any of the experience going into that. So those will be the 2 teams certainly. And again, if you do have Giannis in Milwaukee, like that's always a threat, and Embiid in Philadelphia could always be a threat. We'll see if Paul George maybe goes somewhere like that. But you mentioned with Tatum and Brown, what, a lot of stuff was made about, with Brown getting the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals, then the Finals MVP. Like, is there any jealousy? And then, like, is their relationship as good as it seems?
Well, just being around those guys, right? We don't truly know the people we cover, but just from being around these guys on a daily basis, it didn't seem like there was much jealousy at all. I mean, I know that's the boring answer, but, like, these dudes are very much drama-free, and, they seem to genuinely enjoy winning and playing together, and they've done so much winning, Greg. I mean, they've made, 4 of the last 6 Eastern Conference Finals?
Yeah.
They played in the finals, lost to the Warriors, and then finally won this year. Like, these dudes, you don't reach that level of success working with people that you hate, man. Like, you just don't. Like, this is a genuinely fun group, albeit kind of boring at times, because there isn't that level of drama. There isn't that level of hatred. It's just dudes who show up, work hard, and get the job done.
How important was Drew Holiday to this team to push them over the top?
Oh, I mean, I still can't believe Milwaukee let them get Drew Holiday. Like, him and Derek White is the best defensive backcourt in the NBA. Drew is also a sniper from the corner. And the underrated part about Drew's game is people, because he's a guard, think that he just guards and guards the perimeter. But this dude guards the dunker spot. Like, he will guard big. Like, his versatility and his strength on the defensive end is insane. And it gives him so much, ability to switch and do all types of crazy things on defense that wreak havoc. And defense was at the core of this championship. This is not a Celtics team that was just, yes, they were great offensively, but they were very well-rounded. And Drew Holiday, with his IQ and his physical traits, just had a lot to do with that.
Talking with Corey Thompson, covers the Celtics for Boston.com. With Tatum, by the way, do you believe Brown should have been the MVP of the finals, or Tatum, who averaged more points, more assists, more rebounds? Like, which one would you have given the MVP to?
I would have voted for Jalen, because Jalen was the steadier offensive presence, right? Jalen shot almost 55% from the field during the finals. I mean, his production was insane. Tatum was very up and down. Now, granted, Tatum does draw the tougher defensive assignments because he does draw double team. And, the other teams really key in on him. And yes, as you mentioned, he led the Celtics in almost every statistical category. But Jalen had so many moments that just, were insane. Like that dunk at the end of Game 3 that really just ignited that run. Like, Jalen did so many things that, really ignited this team. And it came close. Like, you can't really go wrong picking either one of them. I just don't feel like Tatum had one of those signature Tatum games in the finals, or even in the Eastern Conference Finals, that would have led to him being MVP. I just feel like he was very steady, but he led with his defensive rebounding, and ultimately is what the team needed.
Yeah. I had no problem either way. Like, that's I could have been either one of them, and I was like, okay, I can't really argue with that. Certainly, there were valid points to be made either way. When you're a Celtics great, I guess you have to have a championship, because all of them, when you have 18 championships, the great ones have all won them. So what does this do for those guys, for Tatum and Brown, when you talk about the great Celtics of history, like having that championship now, where does that put them, and what does it do for them?
I mean, it puts them up there. I mean, you can't really be as you said, you can't really be a true Celtics great until you hang a banner. And, as young as these guys are, you got to realize these dudes are in year 7, year 8 with the team, and it's been nothing but winning. Like, these dudes, they've basically made the NBA Final Four every single year, with the exception of, 1 or 2 years. and they've got a lot more work ahead of them. Like, they're nowhere near finished. So you get that first championship out of the way. You take into the fact that Tatum is the only Celtic ever to average 30 points in the season. Like, he very well could end up being the Celtics' all-time leading scorer. I mean, the trajectory.
That's crazy.
It's an all-time great trajectory.
That's amazing to think that. Like, with all of the names that they've had, that he could end up being the all-time leading scorer.
Yeah.
That's tough to process. How much credit does Joe Mazzulla deserve?
Oh, a ton of credit. And Joe, I thought the discourse around him last year was crazy because you had writers in Boston calling for his job and calling for him to be fired. And I'm like, you guys are insane. Like, you guys are calling for someone to be fired before he even finishes the first year. And he came within 1 year of making the NBA Finals. Like, that just tells you about the expectations that he had to deal with. And to me, how you measure a coach is, can you get guys to play the right way and play together as a team, no matter how talented they are, and just buy into your system and produce? And Joe, without any question, has done that. Like, these dudes love Joe. They buy into his system. They play hard for him. And he's won more than 70% of his games as an NBA head coach. Like, the results are undisputable.
Man, when you look at that, and now you got the championship. I mean, certainly he has cemented himself there. So this offseason, as we said, like, all of those guys are under contract. So, like, what do they do this offseason? Like, what do they need to do, if anything?
They need to negotiate with Derek White because Derek White has 1 year left on his deal, and he's going to be looking for an extension, and it's going to cost them a whole lot of money. So that's really the big question mark. It's because, like, you know this, you can't afford to pay everybody, and they've already extended Drew Holiday. They've already extended, Kristaps Porzingis. They will have some money potentially coming off the books if Al Horford decides not to play after next season. But, you're going to have Jalen's Supermax kicking in. You're going to have Tatum going to ink his extension. It's going to be big money, and we'll see. They seem to love Derek White, but, in terms of guys that they really need to hammer out a deal with, he's going to be that one.
They draft Baylor Shireman with the 30th pick, which I think he fits them. He's a shooter. A lot of people have compared him to Sam Hauser, who's already on the team. But how do you think he fits in? And does he get minutes next year?
It's going to be tough to crack this rotation just with everybody coming back. But let me point something out real quick about Baylor Shireman. Did you notice that he had his draft celebration at Let It Fly? Mike Miller's bar. Memphis connection. I didn't even. I did not see that. That's where he was for his. Yeah, they have an Omaha location, and he played with Mike Miller's kid at Creighton last year. So I thought that was an interesting little Memphis nugget to drop for the audience.
That's cool. I didn't even notice that when they showed him the other night. That's cool.
Yeah. But to answer your question, I mean, he's 6'6". I mean, he's a lefty shooter, and he's like a career 39% three-point shooter. And this Celtics team, nobody takes or makes more threes than them. So they love dudes who can space the floor. And he's a little bit of an insurance policy for Sam Hauser because Sam has a 1 year club option left on his deal. So the Celtics may or may not choose to pick it up. If they don't pick it up, he's a restricted free agent this summer. If they do pick it up, he'll be with the team for 1 more year, then he'll become an unrestricted free agent. So if Sam Hauser's looking to cash in, you got a younger dude with a similar skill set who you can develop and play for a longer time for cheaper.
See, I thought for sure they were going Filipowski when Filipowski was there. Mm-hmm. I was like, with Porzingis' injury, this is their guy now. Maybe they were turned off by the whole family weird stuff that came out yesterday, all that stuff. I don't know, but Shireman certainly makes a lot of sense too. Again, anybody who can shoot threes makes sense for that team, basically.
Yeah, and another Filipowski nugget. He's from Massachusetts. It would have been a homecoming for him, but I guess they'd worked Shireman out back in 2022, and they really liked his game, but they needed to see that he could play at a major conference level. Because remember, he was at South Dakota State, mm-hmm. which South Dakota State, good program. They made the tournament recently as like a 12 seed in that range, but he needed to show some more stuff that he could hang with the big boys, and I think he did show that at Creighton. First team All Big East.
So is Brad Stevens is he like the ultimate rock star like this? Because it feels like most people want to give him most of the credit.
I would say Brad is the architect. I wouldn't say ultimate rock star. I would say because Brad, I mean, he's been fantastic at his job putting this team together. I mean, look at what the Knicks just gave up to get Mikal Bridges, 5 first-round picks. I mean, the Celtics got Porzingis and Holiday for way less than that. And so, his job has been insane. In terms of rock star status, I would put Mazzulla up there just because he's from Rhode Island and he's walking around the North End in Boston with the Larry O'Brien trophy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Being a complete rock star. I would also put Derek White in there because Derek is doing Sam Adams commercials and just tossing beers off of duck boats. And I'll give you a little Derek White nugget from the locker room because I was there for the celebration. So it's me, Derek, and this other reporter, and she is concerned about his tooth because he got his tooth chipped during the game, and she's like, "Derek, man, I'm worried about your tooth." Derek looks at her and he pretends to yank that thing out, and and he takes a big swig of champagne because he's having a champagne bottle. He looks at her, he pretends to yank it out, and she's horrified, "Oh my God, Derek, how are you going to do this right in front of me in the locker room?" Once she can tell that he's joking, he just shakes his head, shakes the bottle, and he looks at me, and I'm like, "Derek, how's it feel to be a champ?" And Derek obviously misheard my question because he's like, "I love champagne. I love champagne." And then he starts dancing. Great moment.
That's great stuff. That's got to be fun to be in the locker room for a championship like that. That's and get those stories as well. That's awesome stuff. And again, I would say that there's probably a decent chance you'll at the very least be back in covering the finals again next year. You could be in you get a good Celtics Knicks Eastern Conference Finals. Man, that would be some fun stuff.
Oh man, tell me about it. That's a beat writer's dream. I think all the beat writers are hoping too much for it. I think that's what jinxed it this year because we were all like, "Yo, we're gonna go to Madison Square Garden, be out in New York for a week on somebody else's time." What more could you want in life?
That would be great, no doubt about it. He is Kari Thompson, covers the Celtics for Boston.com. Kari, good to catch up with you again, man. Keep up the good work up there, and like I said, maybe you'll be covering another championship next year.
Likewise. All right. Thanks, Eli.
Appreciate it, man. Kari Thompson joining us from Boston. More NBA news. The Pistons, basically this is a salary dump by Dallas. Dallas is sending Tim Hardaway Jr. to the Pistons for Quentin Grimes and 3 second-round picks. So Dallas unloading some salary. Pistons have cap space, so they'll take it on. Get some draft picks in there. All that good stuff. Don't have to give up much. Pistons are a weird team. I'm going to be I'm fascinated to see what that roster ends up looking like by next season. With Trajan Langdon coming in there, I have no idea what the Pistons roster will look like next season. Classic Arms, the place to go for any firearms that you're looking for, whether it be home defense guns, hunting guns, whether you're looking for a new gun or a used gun, whatever it is, Classic Arms is the place to go with over 700 firearms in stock. They buy, they sell, they trade. So they've got new and used. They've got all the top names, Glock and SIG and Smith & Wesson and Beretta, Benelli, Remington, Winchester, all the top names. They've got them. Guaranteed lowest price in town. Only gun importer in the Mid-South. They also do free gun inspections and appraisals, free bore sighting. It's all done at Classic Arms, located at 1740 Germantown Parkway. That's right behind Corky's there in Cordova, that shopping center. You can shop online as well, 24/7, classicarmsofmemphis.com. That's the website. Of course, supplies like ammo or cases or safes or anything that you need when it deals with firearms, Classic Arms has you taken care of. Again, 1740 Germantown Parkway or online at classicarmsofmemphis.com. Up next, it's 10 in a row. Has to do with the NBA draft. As you might have guessed, Chance to win a great prize package. You can get on the Sissy's Log Cabin listener lines right now to be first in line. 360-8255, 360-8255. 10 in a row next on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
If you love sports and Mexican food, you can get the best of both at Los Cabos Mexican Bar and Grill on Summer near Graham. Watch all the big games on all the big TVs on all the walls at Los Cabos. And enjoy premium tequila shots anytime for just $5.50. Celebrate every day with lunch specials from 10 to 3 and happy hour from 3 to 8. Lunch is just $6.75 to $10.99 and margaritas start at $3.99. Experience real Mexican cuisine along with great sports at Los Cabos on Summer near Graham.
Life hack number 7. Get an iPhone 12 on Straight Talk.
Life hack.
Here's how it works. You walk into Walmart, go to the electronics section, ask for iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system, and select the new Silver Unlimited plan. They'll smile because it's a good plan. You get real unlimited data all for just $20 a month for the whole first year. Get it at Walmart or StraightTalk.com. Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Taxes and fees apply. Requires activation of iPhone 12 and a new Silver Unlimited plan or higher end auto pay enrollment. $25 a month service credit applied for up to 12 months if eligibility requirements are met. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus in Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Getting engaged is one of life's most spectacular occasions. And when you find your ring at Sissy's Log Cabin, the promise of a lifetime begins with our promise to always provide unmatched quality, superior service, and brilliant natural diamonds. Find your dream engagement ring, wedding bands, and more when you shop Sissy'sLogCabin.com or stop by one of our 6 locations. Begin the rest of your life brilliant. Only at Sissy's Log Cabin, because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
10 in a row is brought to you in part by the Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland Town Square. If you're looking for sports in all the wrong places, find the right place, and that's the Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill. Fun, exciting, friendly, and very comfortable. Wall-to-wall TVs for all your favorite games, all over-the-wall taps for all your favorite beers, including non-alcoholic and local craft beers. And in front of the wall, you guessed it, the full bar for all your other favorite beverages, including a full wine list. You add in an upscale menu, patio seating, daily specials and events, and you found all your sports in the one right place. The Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland Town Square. And take advantage of a great lunch menu. Served 11 to 3, Monday through Friday, with everything from quesadillas to sliders to salads to wraps. It's the Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland, in the Lakeland Town Square. One of our great sponsors of 10 in a row.
Now back to Sports 56 mornings on Sports 56 and 95 FM. This hour brought to you by Jenkins Sports and more. And once again, our Greg Gaston and Eli Support.
By the way, and again, I do not want to get into it in any way, shape, or form. I just think, because I turned off the debate at some point because I just couldn't stomach it anymore. But I saw on Twitter, did they really start arguing about who's a better golfer?
Yes.
What the hell? How?
That was the thing.
How did golf get brought up? Like, how in the world did the conversation? I know they weren't answering the questions that were asked of them at all. Like, I get that part of it. So anything was, but how in the world did the conversation steer to their golf games?
I think Trump brought up, he's like, he's not even a better golfer than me. And then Biden's like, I am definitely a better golfer than you. Like, all right, okay.
Oh, I saw that on Twitter. I was like, thank God I turned it off. Thank God I turned it off.
It's like watching two children just going at it.
It was, oh my God. They're talking about golf? Let's play a game.
Like we got more pressing issues in this country.
They start discussing maybe a game of one-on-one. Hey, let's play a game of one-on-one. Let's get out there on the court. Just figure this thing out. Whew. I'm telling you, there were so many times I thought I was watching a Saturday Night Live skit. It was crazy. Time now for 10 in a row.
Not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, but 10 in a row.
It is your opportunity to win a great prize package, and it is brought to you by the folks at the Owner's Box and Napa Cafe. Owner's Box, located out in Lakeland Town Square. Fantastic place to go watch games, go enjoy great food, go enjoy some great drinks. They got TVs absolutely everywhere. Got a couple of really nice little private areas as well. If you want to rent those out for maybe a little event, anything like that, absolutely fantastic place, the Owner's Box, to go watch sports on the Lakeland Town Square there in Lakeland, not far from where I live, as a matter of fact. Also, Napa Cafe in their 26th year. That's right, 26 years they're celebrating at Napa Cafe in 2024. Open for dinner Wednesday through Saturday starting at 5 o'clock. For reservations, go to napacafe.com. If you've got a special occasion coming up, Napa Cafe certainly is a great place to celebrate that. 5 different dining rooms, including their private wine cellar. For a real special night out, check out that private wine cellar. Enjoy some of their great food that they've got there. Again, you can check out the menu at napacafe.com. It's all available, obviously, when you go there, but also available for pickup. You can get it to go. Their entire menu is available for that. Just an extraordinary evening out. You could celebrate with a crowd or just have an intimate evening, like I said, in that private wine cellar at Napa Cafe. Open again Wednesday through Saturday for dinner starting at 5 o'clock. And for reservations, go to napacafe.com. The winner of 10 in a row today is going to get a $25 gift certificate to the Owner's Box, $25 gift certificate to Mugshots Bar and Grill out in Collierville or Olive Branch, couple of Malco movie passes, and golf for 4 at Miramichi. It's a pretty darn good prize package. Golf for 4 at Miramichi, couple of Malco movie passes, $25 to the Owner's Box, $25 to Mugshots. Here is today's category. I actually think this is fairly easy. I think we'll get somebody early. So you may want to get on the line. I don't think it'll take many to get this right. Top 10 picks in the NBA draft. So these are all current NBA players. I didn't even go old school on you. They're all current NBA players. And all you have to figure out, were they drafted in the top 10? 360-8255. 360-8255. So if I, for instance, Zach, said Zach Edey,
I would say yes.
You would say yes. That would be correct. Were they drafted in the top 10? And they're all current NBA players. 360-8255. 360-8255. That's the Sissy's Log Cabin listener line. We've got open lines for you to dial in and take a shot at trying to win that great prize package. $25 to the Owner's Box, $25 to Mugshots, golf for 4 at Miramichi, and a couple of Malco movie passes as well. Again, if you missed it yesterday, we talked about it early in the show today, but the Grizzlies, yesterday, day 2 of the draft, Jalen Wells of Washington State and Cam Spencer of UConn. 2 outstanding shooters, both shot over 40% from three-point range last year in college. Wells only played 1 year of Division I college basketball. Started his career at Division II Sonoma State before transferring to Washington State for his final year. Spencer was at UConn, part of their championship team. He spent 3 years at Loyola of Maryland, where he's a teammate of Santi Aldama, actually. Then 1 year at Rutgers, 1 year at UConn. They were the 2 second-round selections by the Grizzlies yesterday in the NBA draft. Later today, Zach Edey and Jalen Wells will be introduced in a press conference at 5 o'clock. You can watch that at Grizzlies.com or their YouTube channel or on the app. Of course, don't forget today at noon, the public is invited for the introduction of the new University of Memphis AD Ed Scott over at the Lori Walton Family Basketball Center. That'll be at noon today, and the public is invited out for that. All right. Let's get to the phone lines for 10 in a row. And Dan will lead us off. What's up, Dan?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Doing well. Top 10 picks in the NBA draft. Marcus Smart.
Yes.
Domantas Sabonis.
Yes.
360-8255 is the number. Got an open line now to take Dan's spot. Andre is next up. What's up, Andre?
Hey, what's up?
All right, here we go. Top 10 picks in the NBA draft. Jonas Valanciunas.
No.
360-8255. Let's go to, we got a couple of Stevens. The first Steven.
Hey, big guy.
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great.
Here we go. Marcus Smart.
Yes.
Domantas Sabonis.
No.
Jaylen Brown.
Yes.
Nikola Jokic.
Yes.
Oof. By the way, your other Nikola did get drafted yesterday.
I know.
The damn Serbian Nikolas, they can't get away from them. They're all over the place.
But the crazy thing about it, he's from Belgrade.
Oh, is he? Okay.
He was born in Belgrade, but he grew up in Serbia.
I'm telling you, I don't know. I think you have to change your name. Once you go to Serbia, especially if you're a good basketball player, you have to become Nikola. All right, another Steven. What's up, Steven?
Not much. I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Top 10 picks in the NBA draft. Jonas Valanciunas.
Yes.
Colin Sexton.
Yes.
Donovan Mitchell.
No.
Jamal Murray.
Yes.
Lauri Markkanen.
Yes.
Kawhi Leonard.
No.
Klay Thompson.
Say again?
Klay Thompson.
No.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Who?
All right, I can't. He's stalling, trying to look I don't know what he's doing. I can't. I mean, these aren't odd names. Klay Thompson and Tyrese Halliburton are pretty well known.
Who?
Or if you have a bad connection, that's not my problem. Like, you can't do this all day.
Oh, that was funny.
360-8255, 360-8255. We do have some open lines, 10 in a row. Now, he did give you a good run on that list. If anybody gets in for that one, again, $25 to the owner's box, $25 to Mugshots, golf for 4 at Miramichi, and a couple of Malco movie passes all going to the winner. Let's see if that could be Alex. Hey, Alex.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. Top 10 picks in the NBA draft. Marcus Smart.
Yes.
Domantas Sabonis.
No.
Jaylen Brown.
Yes.
Nikola Jokic.
Yes.
Ooh. Man, we're missing on Jokic, and he's nowhere near the top 10. He's actually the lowest drafted guy I have on any of these lists.
He plays like a top 10 player.
He plays like it. If you redrafted today, he'd be a top 10 pick. But as somebody pointed out earlier, he was drafted during a Taco Bell commercial. That's how low he was drafted. They weren't even airing at the time he was drafted. 360-8255. 360-8255. Got open lines for you to get in here, swoop in, try and claim this great prize package. Top 10 picks in the NBA draft. They're all current players. You just have to know whether they were drafted in the top 10 or not. If they were, it's a yes. If they were not, it is a no. David is next. Hey, David.
Hello. Yes. How you doing?
All right, here we go, David. Top 10 picks.
All right.
Jonas Valanciunas.
No.
Ooh, man. We regressed badly. We had gotten down to number 7 on that list, and now we go start back over with a mistake on the very first one. 360-8255. 360-8255. I thought this was going to be easier. I actually thought we were going to get a winner pretty quickly on this one. Top 10 picks in the NBA draft. Anthony is next. Hey, Anthony.
Hey, let's try it.
All right, here we go. Marcus Smart.
Yes.
Domantas Sabonis.
No.
Jaylen Brown.
Yes.
Nikola Jokic.
No.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yes.
Missed on him, too. Again, plays like a top 10 pick. If you redrafted today, he'd be a top 10 pick. However, not a top 10 pick. 360-8255. Lines are wide open. Right now is your chance. Top 10 picks in the NBA draft. We've gotten down to what? Number 5 on one list. We've gotten down to number 7 on the other list. 360-8255. Try and win $25 to the owner's box, $25 to mugshots, golf for 4 at Miramichi, and a couple of Malco movie passes, all available for the winner. I was completely wrong. Thought it was going to be a pretty easy one. It has not been easy at all. 360-8255, 360-8255. If you want to play 10 in a row, we'll take a break, come back. If we have some contestants, we'll try and wrap this up. We'll also take a look at, again, that kind of timeline of what to expect over the next week as far as the NBA is concerned and who some of those free agent names to be watching are as we continue Sports 56 mornings here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows. Stay up to date with station events and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ.
When you think about insurance and you want great value without sacrificing great service, I want you to think one place, the Eflin Insurance and the entire Eflin Insurance team. Matt and his group of professionals will access 10 leading companies to find the right home and auto program that fits your budget and your absolute needs. The Eflin Insurance team, the number 386-GER, 386-4777.
You or someone you know or care about has dealt with a difficult divorce. When facing divorce, you need the attorneys at Rice Law. Nick and Larry Rice lead the firm with 3 generations and 7 decades of experience. Located in Memphis, serving the entire state of Tennessee and North Mississippi. Rice Law is who you need to call. Simple or difficult divorce, they know how to handle it. Call Rice Law at 901-526-6701, or for more information, visit them at aboutdivorce.com. That's aboutdivorce.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many. Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
I've got him on the line, rockin' Ronnie Smith, and Ronnie, I hear it's the Make This the Summer event going on now at Gossett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Field.
That's right, Randy. I've got 2024 Ram 1500 Traceman Quad Cab 4-wheel drive, $649 a month.
Man, that is awesome. What else you got, Ronnie?
2024 Jeep Gladiator Sport 4-wheel drive, $659 a month.
That's a hot deal on Gladiator Sport. What else you got?
Get super power in a 2023 Charger RT Skypack, $698 a month. That's $8,600 off MSRP.
So drive past the rest and come to the best at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the bike. Or shop online anytime at GossettMotorCars.net.
75 months, 5,000 down. Ram RN 194282, MSRP 48,595. Jeep RL 116172, MSRP 51690. Charger PH 612877, MSRP 55110. Price includes all rebates and incentives and excludes PF 695. Payments include PF 695. All exclude tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Dealer stock only.
Sports 56 mornings on Sports 56 and 95 FM. This hour brought to you by James Floors and More. Here once again are Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
Wow, how about this? Frank Bensel Jr. Never heard of him, but he's playing in the U.S. Senior Open. Made back-to-back hole-in-ones. First time ever done in any tour-sanctioned event on record. Dude, that's... I mean, I don't even know what you could possibly compare that to. Doing it at the U.S. Senior Open, back-to-back hole-in-one. It's a pretty good start to your round.
It was like 2 Peyton Pritchard's half-court shots or something like that?
I mean, it's like, more now. It'd be like 2 full-court shots. Like hole-in-one on back-to-back holes. That's crazy. All right, it's your last chance. Give you a couple more minutes. If you want to get in for 10 in a row. Try and win this great prize package you can. If we don't get a winner, maybe I'll just save this for next week. Maybe even do a little tinkering on some of the names to not make it too easy for next week. But $25 gift certificate to the owner's box, $25 to Mugshots Bar and Grill in Collierville and Olive Branch, Golf for 4 at Miramichi, and a pair of Malco movie tickets on the line. 360-8255, 360-8255. That's the phone number to play 10 in a row. We've got a couple of open lines here, but you got to get in now. We'll give you another minute or two. If not, we move along. We do not have a winner, and we'll try again next week. Mike has dialed in. What's up, Mike?
Hey, nobody. Hey, I don't play golf. Can I get like a restaurant thing and donate golf to charity or something?
Do you know anybody that plays golf?
Nah, 74. Pretty much we've gotten out of the golf business.
Well, let's see if you can win first, Mike. Then we'll win.
Okay.
I don't remember which list I ended on. I don't. Okay. Jonas Valanciunas.
Yes.
Colin Sexton.
Yes.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yes.
All right. We don't have to worry.
It's unfortunate.
We don't have to worry about that. All right. Looks like we're going to wrap up 10 in a row with no winner this week. I'll save this for next week. Again, I'll probably tinker with the names. Got plenty of players I can use. We can redo it. We'll do it again next week, see if we can get a win. I really thought it was going to be an easy one. I thought somebody was going to nail that one pretty quickly. But a little harder than I thought. By the way, for those, Nikola Jokic drafted 41st overall. 41st overall. So again, with the NBA, now that the draft is done, now we get into the free agency period. Sunday at 5 o'clock Central Time. That's when the reports are going to start flying. That's when the negotiations can begin with free agents for the teams. Can't sign officially, but the negotiations that happen, they can agree to deals, and you'll hear all the reports. Shams and Woj will be all over the place on Sunday night with reports of guys agreeing to deals. Contracts cannot officially be signed. Trades cannot become official till July 6th. Starting on Monday, July 1st, restricted free agents can sign offer sheets, and players can sign 1 or 2 year minimum contracts, and they can sign two-way deals. That can all happen starting on Monday, but the other deals, the real deals, can't be signed officially till July 6th, but can be agreed to starting Sunday night. Some of the names to watch, again, Paul George. What happens with him? He's got the player option. If he opts out of that, there was a report that Denver tried to make a run at him in a little sign and trade, but the Clippers wanted too much. Obviously, LeBron will opt out of his deal, but he's not going anywhere. We know that. James Harden, DeMar DeRozan, Klay Thompson, Tobias Harris, Miles Bridges, Jonas Valanciunas, Isaiah Hartenstein. Can the Knicks still afford him or not? We'll have to see. D'Angelo Russell. Those are some of the names, some of the bigger names that are out there as far as free agency is concerned. Zach, if I asked you right now, Klay Thompson, back with the Warriors or no?
No.
Where does he go?
I think Orlando might get him the bag.
Where's Paul George playing next year?
I think the 76ers is going to double back on him.
That would certainly make sense. Here's the Paul George, Tyrese Maxey. Now Maxey's a restricted free agent, but he gonna be back with Philly.
Right.
Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid. Where do you put them compared? Where do you put that team in the East?
Like 5th, 4th.
Celtics, Knicks.
Bucks.
You'd still say they're behind the Bucks.
Pacers.
And Pacers?
Yeah.
Where's James Harden going to? Is he? Where do you think
He's staying in LA.
You think he's staying there? Well, if they lose Paul George, I guess they kind of have to.
Yeah. He's staying in LA.
If Clippers are weird. Be interesting if they do lose Paul George, what do they look like for next year? Because the thing is, you can't trust Kawhi to be healthy. But you have James Harden, who We know what he is in the postseason, especially if it's a Game 7. You have Kawhi Leonard, who you can't trust. Who else are you putting around them? Like, I think the Clippers could fall.
I think, and that was like the weird thing about them giving Kawhi an extension. Because it's like, yeah, like, okay, yeah, we're definitely getting Kawhi his money. But it's like, but Paul George's been the guy that's been healthy for most of the year.
Yeah.
Like,
not that he's been perfectly healthy, but he's healthier. Like, you could trust him a little more than Kawhi.
He's available. He's more available than Kawhi.
You know, and again, the thing is with the free agency, obviously the Grizzlies, again, the big decision they have to make is what they're doing with Luke Kennard and that team option. Tomorrow is the deadline on these options, unless you could do an extension or whatever. But tomorrow they got to make that decision. Again, they could just pick up the option and then theoretically maybe trade him or whatever. They could turn down the option and let him walk, or they could turn down the option and try and sign him to a longer-term deal that is less money per year. So those are kind of the options. We'll see. Again, the Grizzlies need to save some money. They don't want to be where they are. Right now they're in the first apron with the draft picks. And that's if you pick up the Luke Kennard option, they are a first apron team. That is not where they want to be.
Right.
That is for sure. So how do they save that money? Does it pick up that option and then trade him? You know, somebody that has some cap space that could take him in and doesn't have to give you as much salary back. You know, what could they end up doing with trying to get other guys, a Zaire Williams or a John Conchar, who are two guys that make about $6 million a year. So those could be good savings. Because ideally, if they could keep Kennard and yet still somehow get down, the salary, that would be the best way to go. Just don't know how possible that's going to be when you're talking about those other guys and who might even want them. EA Sports, with their College Football 25 game, has been releasing various things from the game. The game will be released in mid-July. Yesterday, they released their top 25 offenses and their rankings. There's a tie for first with a 94 overall ranking. Georgia and Oregon have the two top offenses in College Football 25. Alabama, number 3, Texas, number 4, Ohio State, 5, LSU, 6, Miami, 7, Colorado, 8, Missouri, 9, and Clemson, 10. At number 13 is the Ole Miss Rebels with an overall ranking of 87. And then at number 19, the Memphis Tigers with an overall ranking of 85, which technically is tied for 17th with Notre Dame, Texas A&M, SMU, and UCF all have an 85 overall ranking. They're ahead of Florida State. They're ahead of Oklahoma. They're ahead of USC on this list of just the top 25 and obviously ahead of everybody else. But so according to EA Sports and their College Football 25 game, the Memphis Tigers, with their 19th ranked overall offense. So how about that? And again, Ole Miss just ahead of them on the list at number 13. Certainly we know Ole Miss and Memphis should both have very powerful offenses coming up this season. Again, today at noon, Ed Scott introduced over at the University of Memphis in a public event that you could go out at the Lori Walton Family Basketball Center. That's at noon. Public is invited. Then at 5 o'clock today, Zach Edey and Jalen Wells, they'll be introduced down at FedEx Forum. That is a media-only event in attendance. However, you are able to watch the press conference via the Grizzlies app, Grizzlies.com, their YouTube channel, Bally's app, wherever. You can find that and watch the press conference with Zach Edey and Jalen Wells coming up at 5 o'clock this afternoon. That'll do it for us for today and for the week as well, and really for the month, because on Monday, when we are back, we will be into the month of July, and we will be into NBA free agency, and we'll be talking a lot about that coming up on Monday, as well as many other things, I'm sure, that will take place over the weekend. Thank you to Jerry Palm, and thanks to Kari Thompson for joining us on the program today. Thanks to Zach Boyd, as always, for a fantastic job producing the program and, of course, being a part of the program each and every day. Coming up next, it is Wolo and Friends here on Sports 56. Try and stay cool. Have a good weekend. We'll talk to you again on Monday morning. Have a great weekend, everybody.